Welcome to Ecom Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild, wild web. It is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed location in the hills of Austin, Texas, the unofficial home of internet entrepreneurship. We're brought to you by Postscript, Rocked, Aftersell, AppLovin Ads, Proxima, Universal Ads, Rich Panel Intelligence, Northbeam, Seguno, and we got a jam-packed show for you today. Meta apparently is developing a prediction market. Kind of crazy. Okay, it's unclear whether it's real money or fake money. Some of us might argue Meta already has a prediction market, and it's called the Ads Manager. Claude Tag has been released. What does this mean for Victor? What does it mean for HQ? Some minds are wondering, Jacob Posel. We need to hear from you. There is a consumer hardware roundup. New robots are available. It's about the price of an iPhone. It can come and live at your house literally right now. We're going to be joined by Jad Kiwan, co-founder of Ecomswap, buyer of brands. If you want to have an exit, probably a good guy to talk to. Yahli Malchin, founder of Wayve Wear, and Bill Warshauer, CRO at Tillo, will be joining us today. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Get in here, Colin.
Whoa. Party on the timeline. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure if the live stream is going to be able to handle this kind of heat on the show. I don't know.
Chips. Better get some new chips because they're going to overheat.
I don't know how we're going to be able to take the Tom Selleck-ness that is coming to us like it's 1987 straight through our phones. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, and I want to be like you.
Don't tempt me. I'll grow out the handlebar mustache again.
I think that you should. You look great in a handlebar mustache. Isn't that appropriate? It's for summer 2026. Producer Jack, your thoughts? I think I already know what your vote is. It's a yes. I think the handlebar mustache must come back. Yes. Even better. Yes.
Yes.
She yassified you. Nice. Big story of the day. Meta prediction markets are coming. Also, apparently they have developed a Mythos type model. This story comes to us by way of TechCrunch. The headline here is that Mark Zuckerberg wants Meta to launch its own prediction market. I hear that prediction markets make a lot of money. Mark Zuckerberg is betting that prediction markets are the future. New York Times reports that Zuck wants Meta to have its own Polymarket-like smartphone app and has given the go-ahead to develop one internally, calling it Arena. Very interesting and sport-esque, okay? Methinks if this becomes a thing, they'll probably take over Polymarket's relationship with UFC. I mean, Mark's tight with Dana White, one would think. App would be independent of Meta's other social media offerings, although sources told the paper that those social sites could direct users to engage with the app. Sources said the current concept for Arena can be described as experimental, but a top priority. Kind of wish it wasn't. Kind of wish ads were the top priority all the time. Just saying. Weirdly wouldn't involve money. Okay, this is the piece I don't get. Let's get some details here. Instead, it would essentially be a video game where users would earn points for betting correctly on particular topics. Sources added that money could be added later. Over the past year, prediction markets have fueled big profits and controversy. As of April, trading volume on platforms such as Polymarket and Kalshi has reached tens of billions of dollars. Other social media sites like X, which forged a partnership with Polymarket last summer, have sought to capitalize on the industry. Legal cases have spiked as well. Before we keep going here, other posts, minds have thoughts and things to say on this. Colin Doherty, your thoughts? Prediction market from Meta, maybe not actually involving money.
Yeah, they should make it involve money because then at that point it would basically be an unlimited money glitch. Because you could promote Arena on Meta and Meta would give themselves zero cost CPMs, zero cost CPCs, and then you funnel users into Arena, which is basically a gambling app that is extremely profitable. And now you have an entire new subset of the business that is entirely cash heavy and extremely lightweight and just spinning off boatloads of money back to you, and you can promote it essentially for free on your own platform.
Which that sounds like the smartest thing in the world. I would imagine they could get people like Kylie Jenner involved, like she was involved with their glasses release, mogging. One would say specs as an example. Hey, we got Kylie and she's looking awesome. And look at her Ray-Bans, you know, like don't even really need to tell me like what the features are and what it does. It's just like she looks great. Here are our Ray-Bans. Or our other models of the glasses. I think this like makes a ton of money if they do it. Probably becomes an instant player. They become like the third of Polymarket Kalshi Arena. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe they get a lot of the boomer crowd that's hanging out on Facebook. Methinks the millennial and Gen Z crowd is already captured. Maybe there's more to be had there, more of that market that is meta coded in their usage and would have an easier time onboarding with Arena instead. I don't love this from the vantage point of what we do in consumer, simply because this is like we're like getting away from where Meta makes all of their money and where we make the majority of our money in e-commerce, and that is with advertising on Meta's platform. And I would say Meta's prediction market already exists. It already exists. It's called the Ads Manager, okay? And we are betting billions of dollars every day on outcomes involving, you know, graphics and videos, and winning money or losing money as a result thereof every single day. I would say Zuck's already got the prediction market, and it's the best one. It makes more money than everybody. I think he's cash flowing. You know, I don't know if he's cash flowing, but I think he's grossing like 240 billion or so on his current form of the prediction market in the Ads Manager right now.
Not enough. It's not enough, Chris. It's not enough. He's not a trillionaire yet. Okay.
Well,
he's basically poor. Come on.
I do. I have heard that he's got an incredible compound in Kauai, by the way, with like water and underground bunker and all the stuff. I would like to see that. I'm happy for him to become a trillionaire, as long as the ads work better. I guess I'm happy for him to become a trillionaire, even if they don't. But particularly, I think the main leverage that they have for making more money perhaps is just like making the ad product continually better and smarter. And if there's a mythos, and if there's a meta mythos, like let's apply it to the Ads Manager and make that awesome. Sometimes I feel like, gosh, are we side questing too much here? I think it's an interesting side quest. I think it'd probably make a ton of money. You know, I'm interested to see it happen, I guess. I don't know that I'm going to participate, especially with real dollars. But it is dollars that give the stakes to the whole entity. I want to see more investment in the ad product, just because that's like what's most important to our community.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got that in the form of TV, and they're going to try to make that push towards horizontal.
It's true. With Instagram,
they have three main pushes right now, which is push towards TV, horizontal, give you more inventory, give you more distribution, push towards glasses right now, get into AR, sunset metaverse entirely, and then push towards Arena potentially, and then open that bad boy up. So you have three kind of focuses moving forward. That's pretty sizable bets, and a pretty decent spread.
Yeah, and I would hope they all pay off for Zuck. You can never count out the Zuck, for sure.
No.
And who knows who will win the glasses game. This has been something that he has wanted for a long time, is to be the next iPhone. We developed the next iPhone, So that's an interesting one. On top of this, not only does Meta have a prediction market coming forth, but perhaps there is a mythos type level model coming forward. Next tweet, producer Jack. This one, a little rumor here from Dan Daniel underscore Mac 8 that he put forth to us yesterday. I got a big, fat, juicy AI rumor from my friend. Apparently, Meta trained a Mythos level model, and Zuck and team are so back. No timeline yet, but probably Q3, Q4 release. Exciting. I kind of like have some question, like if it's Q3 or Q4, maybe Mythos is like old news by then.
Exactly. That's the key underlining of this is like the models just keep getting better. And so, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, Mythos was scary. And now it's like, well, if your model doesn't actually operate at the same level as Mythos, then you're not really making advancements anymore. You're just kind of hitting the status quo. And so they kind of have to release even better than Mythos level currently. Maybe it can also get into the NSA as well. We'll find out.
There's rumors that Anthropic already has like another super beast that they're locking up.
Thanos?
I don't know, but it should be.
If I shot called Thanos, that'd be sick.
It should be called Thanos. A little more on this tweet, Jack. You don't have this, but this one comes from Andrew Curran. He says, "When Muse Spark released, I said it would probably come in 4 sizes. Spark was only the smallest version. Mythos changed everything. Now that they know that it's possible, OpenAI, XAI, Meta, and anyone else with enough compute to pull it off are all attempting to successfully train very large, very performant models. XAI has a 10T Grok in training right now. OpenAI apparently also currently has a giant in training as well. And I don't mean GPT 5.6. I mean a new Orion. Some of these terms mean nothing to me. The future is big, expensive, and compute intensive. These fat models will all arrive over the rest of the year. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if Meta has already pulled it off. They had the compute. Zuck saw all this coming back in 2023, and knowing something is possible is enough to change everything." Interesting. I maybe Terminator 3 comes. Maybe we're all just enabled to make even better, more winsome ads that reach the exact people we want to reach and get them over the line and flatten the funnel. More flattening the funnel, please. And if we can somehow jigger to make my costs come down, I'm down with that as well. Seems
huge fan of that.
Seems like it never happens though.
Let's get that one. Let's get that one main focus.
I would like to steer Meta's Mythos that way. Consider this free consultation from Ecom Cowboy Show. Moving forward to our stories of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only North Beam. If you're in your ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that. Your Shopify Dash says you made this much, you spent this much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ad platform is genuinely telling the truth. Northbeam fixes all this with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase, then rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, push that measurement back into the ad platform so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what you think or they assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring now what was previously unmeasurable. Book your demo. Go to northbeam.io. Get plugged in. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of this show. Now, stories of the day, I think particularly of note here because we are all trying to AI-ify ourselves up and to the right, do more with less, specifically with Claude, I think has been a favorite tool of marketers en masse inside of e-commerce. Claude Tag now has arrived. Producer Jack, I would love to play this video because I think it's very winsome, less than a minute long. Give us some context here. Let's play this bad boy.
Now Claude can collaborate right alongside your team. Tag Claude into your engineering channel and watch it pick up the work. Across Anthropic, Claude Tag opens 65% of our product pool requests. Drew heard from a sales rep that one feature, scheduled exports, is the thing their biggest deals are waiting on. He doesn't own it, so he asked the person who does. Nadia tags Claude. It opens the PR, and it lands the change. Claude knows here that what it just pushed affects launch marketing. Claude keeps the team moving without the typical cross-team communication lag. It scoped each channel and the context each team has. And over time, it builds memory as the work happens. And when Claude is in your Slack, it only sees what you let it see. Claude Tag is available in Slack today. Just add Claude to one channel, tag it in, and see what happens.
Have we added Claude to our Slack channel?
I don't think we have. I don't think
gotta
we
do
have.
it.
We got to add Claude Tag to our Slack channel. We have to.
We have to.
A couple of questions here. A couple of things came up as I was watching this, reviewing it yesterday. Now in Slack, as a teammate, following your channels, building context, jumping into right PRs, run analysis, help fix incidents, turn on ambient mode. It takes initiative. A couple of questions for me. Number one, as Drew Fallon noted, I think there was like a recent company that raised mega bucks to do something.
There were
like
a ton.
this.
There were a ton of companies that did that.
I think it was Victor with a K.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the one that the launch video.
Yeah, it's an incredible launch video.
Yeah.
And people raved about the product. I think there's a number of brands and companies inside of our space that are using it very winsomely. They love it. Now, it seems like to me, Claude has built that into their product. I don't know if it's as good. I just know like the functionality looks similar to me.
Yeah.
Number two question I have, Jacob Posel. This like sounds like HQ to me. Again, like I'm not the HQ expert here, but team context, like, inside of Claude working. Like I would love to hear from Jacob on this. I'd love to hear his thoughts on this.
Yeah.
What it is, what it isn't, etc. HQ is still a little mysterious in the sense that I think it can do a ton of things with team context, and perhaps is far beyond what's going on here with Claude Tag. Your thoughts on this, Colin Doherty?
Yeah, but I would imagine, Claude starts to creep towards that every single day. I don't think obviously they don't stop here. And so there's going to be this kind of like underlying pressure and or need to keep innovating, because Claude is basically innovating out multiple companies with every single update that they push out. And so it becomes a really slippery slope. I mean, the whole joke that you used to have with either OpenAI or Apple updates. Apple updates was the big one. Was basically like Apple updates just pushed out and killed like 100 startups with their new updates inside of apps or whatever, and they would do it in a single day. And so now you're going to see this with Claude and software. It's really interesting. I personally would not want to be building that close to the space, because I'm not going to try to go up against Claude.
Well, there's not. I feel you. I feel you. Claude, Anthropic, OpenAI, all behemoths, but there is like another edge to this. Like sometimes you build something close and it's awesome and it gets traction, and then there's a buy.
Totally.
So I mean, that's a nice outcome too. Yeah. The Apple illustration here, I think so fitting, because they're always, I mean, it just seems like every iOS, it used to happen, I guess, I don't know how often they came out with an iOS, once a quarter, once a month. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Once every couple of months. And they would just like, it would seem like, what are like popular apps that out there that we can just natively incorporate in iOS?
Just destroyed. Yeah. Destroy them.
Who's doing well? Okay, great. Yeah. We'll do that.
Yeah. Bazooka aim at them. Got it.
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
Yeah, it was like the flashlight was the primo example for me. The flashlight app was so great, and then they built it into iOS, and now no more flashlight app.
I still use it.
Do you still use the flashlight app?
Of course, dude. I support flashlight app every day, dude.
You don't use it natively in the iOS. You use the flashlight
I pay
app.
for it. I pay for it. $50 a month. Flashlight app.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I do.
You don't. But that would be impressive. That would be impressive, and that would should go on your resume, because it shows your character. I'm interested in this. We want to try it for us, producer Jack. Let's make a note here. Like, let's get Claude inside of our Slack. There was also a person, I won't name who they were, but they went through an extensive build here as of late to get this kind of functionality with their current tech stack. Described all that, saw it inside of a Slack, and then like the very next day, Claude Tag came out. I'm not sure that it totally like replaces, because they had their own like custom workflows, et cetera, involved. But the speed with which AI continues to develop and equip all of us in consumer to do the work on the interwebs, impressive. One almost must not have a job to keep up with it.
Fair.
Second story of the day, and I think we can spend some time here. Consumer hardware roundup from Ritwik Pavan, who we had on the show. Okay, this guy always has the sauce on everything.
I don't know how
it is coming. He's plugged in, man. I don't know.
He's like crazy plugged in. Like, I'm like, dude, how do you get it? I don't even know how you get it. Like, what's your source?
Hardware Nation, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's running Hardware Nation, which everybody should go and follow. And everybody who doesn't follow Ritwik, used to be here in Austin, had a consumer brand, was basically enabling people to put ADAs, additional dwelling, whatever's inside of their ADUs, inside of their backyards. That got bought, etc. Now he is with Hardware Nation, and he always knows what's going on. To kick things off here, he's highlighting 4 products, a lot of exciting new consumer product launches recently. Some of his favorites: Philips, Mondo Robotics, Link, and Autonomous. Scroll down, producer Jack. Look at this video. Look at this video. Play this video on the skylight here. I think this is great. Just give us some sound. It sounds like they're not saying much. But essentially what this is it's a fake skylight.
Yeah.
It's a fake skylight that you put on your ceiling. It looks awesome though.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a little Matrix-ish, It's a little like I live inside my box and I think I'm outside, but it looks awesome. Ritwik, this is from Philips, just a small startup. Introduced Skylight, a ceiling-mounted LED panel, makes windowless rooms feel like they have a sky-facing window, uses Signify's Nature Connect to tech to create the depth, brightness, and color shifts of natural daylight. I guess tracking with what's going on outside your window.
That's awesome.
Also follows the sun throughout the day, moving from cool morning light to warmer evening tones. I dig this. I would like to have this in all my rooms.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, I would imagine too, this is so good that your brain, I mean, you talk about matrixy, your brain probably doesn't know the difference. And like, yeah, we're still just kind of like monkeys floating around in space, just like rocking and rolling. But like, I'm kind of fine with this because I'm sure this will help with people that are just stuck inside all day, that are dealing with potential like depression issues.
Yeah.
Like if you're stuck all day in a dark box, especially in New York City where you don't actually have that much room, it's not fun and it's not good for your mental health. And yeah, like this is a little matrixy, a little weird, but your brain will not know the difference. And it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Go outside. If you can't go outside and get a chopped cheese, if you're in New York City, then why not just turn on the skylight?
Yeah.
I think that it's gotta be good for mental health. Next, here, Link.
The first fully adaptive supplement system.
Adaptive supplement system feels like Whoop of nutrition. Let's listen to this, producer Jack. Turn us up a little bit.
Real-time wearable data. It uses artificial intelligence. The first fully adaptive supplement system. It doesn't replace your routine. It transforms it. Powered by your biology. Refined by real-time wearable data. It uses artificial intelligence to personalize your dosing. Effortless, autonomous, connected. Link learns from your body, continuously adapts, delivers exactly what you need. No more pills, powders, or guesswork. Just the right nutrients at the right time. Link. Let your data do the dosing.
Let your data do the dosing. That's a great line.
Great copy. Yeah, really great copy there. Pretty wild. Yeah.
I like that. Do you like that? You don't seem to be that jazzed about it.
The issue is you have to still buy all of the supplements for all of like Link, I would assume. So you still have to buy all of these things. It's not like the supplementation is just coming out of air. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay. Well, like you like subscriptions though. Like that's the point. Of
Yeah,
course.
for sure. Yeah, it's
They
a,
wanna
it's a
s
good set. It's
they
a good
wanna
subscription, man.
sell you the thing, and then, like, you keep paying for it every month. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's what we all want.
Oh, from like a D2C brand, this is fantastic. This is a home run brand.
So
Yeah.
it's like they've taken the wearables, they've turned it into a dispenser. I'm going to tell you like exactly what you need. I'm not just giving you like general supplements that maybe
It's a good
you
idea.
go out of your body, you know, that you don't officially use or maybe you don't exactly need. I think very interesting. I wonder how it tastes. That's a question I have. Does it
Ooh.
taste good? Does it taste
mean,
good? Makes
If
a
it tastes
difference.
bad, not good.
If it tastes like OJ, real good.
Cool.
If it doesn't, might be
No
bad.
bueno.
Next, we have covered Key, a battery-free NFC key physically unlocks your phone or keeps you from distracting apps. We've covered this. I think I should have it. I think it's probably really helpful for everybody. It's just taking like the block. It's like another form of the block, you know, that's, you know, keeping everybody from scrolling TikTok all day long. Maybe everybody should have it. Maybe it should be forced usage for everybody who's in the office to like lock up your phone every day. I'm more interested in this next one. Mondo Robotics just introduced Benny, an all-terrain autonomous camera robot built to follow and film you outdoors.
Sick.
Tracks you from behind, alongside, or in orbit while shooting up to 4K. So apparently it can fly. It can hit nearly 18 miles per hour, jump over obstacles, do backflips and side flips, and auto edit highlight reels. This feels like this should have been something that GoPro made.
Yeah. Whatever. God, what is happening to GoPro? But this is awesome. This seems so fun. It seems like a cool little guy to take on walks with. This is like where I want to lean more towards robots. It's just like I want little pals that I'm kind of walking around with that are helping me with my day.
Producer Jack, can you click on the Mondo Robotics profile? Just go there and scroll down. There's some incredible videos here. Keep scrolling down. Look at this little buddy. You push him. He follows you again. Very Star Wars-esque.
It is very Star Wars-esque, like very R2-D2 mixed with like, look at that jump.
Look at him jump.
The jump's kind of crazy.
The jump makes me love him all the more.
Yeah, he seems cool. Whoa!
Does it flip?
That's a vibe.
This is where we need to go with robotics. Cute.
Yeah, that's so
lovely. Fun. Star Wars-esque. Look at him follow the truck. Is this like real footage?
That's got to be fake footage.
Do you think so? I don't know.
I don't know. It's so good.
More of this.
Yeah, we need more of this. This is incredible. That's so
I
cool.
think.
Oh, is this his POV? Oh, that's his POV.
What a full throttle test looks like on Benny. Look at him go, man. Now, I don't really understand like the up in the air type thing. It looks like from the description, it's like track you from behind, alongside, or in orbit. I don't get the orbit part. It doesn't look like he's maybe orbit is just turning around. I don't know. But he looks like a fun buddy. And I want more of this for robotics. I know the humanoids are cool, but I think Star Wars R2-D2 make me feel like my future is awesome and fun and joyful. Like I think this is like the proper kind of framing for AI robotics. Like we need more of this in order to win with consumer en masse.
Yeah, totally. I completely agree. This is so fun. It's going to be interesting to see how this changes for actual video shots that people will use on socials and their channels as well. Because I would imagine a lot of content creators will pick these up.
Hard for us. We could have one of these little buddies, but he'd just be sitting here at the desk.
He'll move around.
We need to get out in the world and do a few more things.
There we go.
Maybe you should come here. I should go there. We'll see. Next, last story of the day. Catterton has invested in Roz. Are you aware of Roz?
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware of them. Drew Fallon brought this to our attention. Catterton takes significant minority stake in Roz, Catterton has invested in Ra's clean prestige hair care brand founded by celebrity hairstylist Mara Rozsak. Scroll down, Producer Jack, so people can get the visuals here. Brand launched in 2021. 2024 closed a seed round led by Silas Capital. Business of Fashion reported Roz is projected to quadruple sales. That's pretty good.
I'm getting emotional about it. Yeah.
Quadrupling sales to 35 mil this year. Sales are roughly 50-50 D2C and retail. Retail sales up 136% year over year as of June. Salon up 63% year over year. Previously, Catterton previously exited Frederick Fekkai to P&G and Nutrafol to Unilever. Fund's current portfolio includes California Naturals, Kopari, and Merit. And some comps here. Unilever acquired Wild for 286 mil at 4.9x sales. Olive & June sold to Helen of Troy for 240 at 2.x sales. L'Occitane, how do you say that? L'Occitane acquired Dr. Vranjes I'm going to stop trying to pronounce that. If Roz gets to 75 to 100 million in a few years and trades at the low end of that range, you're looking at a $300 to $500 million exit. That's big boy money.
Am I like naive to say that like 75 to 100 mil in a few years from what they already established is not crazy?
No, they're going to do 36 this year. They're quadrupling. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that doesn't seem that crazy hard for them.
No, it doesn't seem that crazy hard for them at all. We have an article on this. Catterton reinforces its expert-led brand thesis with Ra's investment. Scrolling down here, brands retail sales across key partners increased 136%. This we know, formed partnership between private equity from Catterton. Roz's relationship with Sephora could put it on the traditional route to an eventual exit to a strategic buyer. This particular paragraph down here in the middle, Roz plays in prestige hair care, fastest growing prestige beauty category in the first quarter of this year. This stands out to me. Fastest growing prestige beauty category in the first quarter of this year. Roz plays in prestige hair care. So as a category, apparently prestige hair care is growing like wildfire. It's not my expertise, but I have heard that Roz maybe not even the fastest growing or category leader inside of here. I have heard that maybe Glimmer is. Who we've had on the show, CEO Colin McGuire. I have heard that Glimmer may be the brightest star inside of prestige hair care, and methinks if Roz is getting some significant play here, maybe something to be involved with the one and only Colin McGuire of Glimmer, maybe a bright future there for Colin McGuire at Glimmer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is one of the more perfect subscription brands. I mean, you think exactly about what they're selling. It's you need to buy this all the time to keep up your hair maintenance. It's exactly the demographic I'm trying to go after if I have a subscription brand. I think them selling on the multiples that they're trying to sell at with the total sales is not really a far cry. I think they can do that in maybe a year and a half.
Can I just ask a question? Like, what is prestige hair care? What is that?
Prestige.
It's like super expensive hair product.
Yeah, like Olaplex.
I don't
use Olaplex.
No, I don't use Olaplex. Do you?
Okay. Yeah,
you do. Your hair always looks great.
Yeah. No, it's Nicole really loves Olaplex, and so she like just has way too much of it, and so she'll just give me the extra stuff. And so I've been using Olaplex too.
Producer Jack, you're aware of this category? Prestige, mastige, prestige hair care. Oh, Producer Jack says no. Producer Jack says no. Well, apparently it's fastest growing category inside of consumer hair care, personal, beauty. What? I don't know. I don't know how you categorize this thing, but that's what the article is saying. That's what the article is saying, and Raw's big player inside of it. I say I have a beautiful natural hair. Don't need it.
I don't, Jack. I need all the stuff.
Producer Jack, just with a little flex. I have beautiful natural hair. I don't need it. Well, good on you. Good on you, Producer Jack. Some of us do. Maybe I should get into, maybe I should get into mastige hair care. would be interesting. Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and the only Jad Kiwan, co-founder of Ecomswap, coming to us. He is not here currently. Is that correct, Producer Jack? I don't believe he is with us as of yet, but he is coming. Before he comes, let us talk about the one and only Rocked After Sale. Most D2C brands, they are obsessed with getting the next net new customer, as they should be. But the real lever is making more profit from the orders you are already getting. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month, you can add an extra $3 to $4 to each one of those without touching your ads. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life, they are already doing every day with Rocked After Sale, adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then even stacking extra 30 to 50 cents by showing offers from Disney Plus, Venmo, HelloFresh, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on your LTV, and you can be live within minutes. Go to aftersell.com/offers. If you're already getting orders, you should be getting more out of them. It's a no-brainer. Many thanks for Rocked After Sell being part of the show. Now, before Jad comes to us, I must say, I have been hearing, and I'm borrowing a little bit here, Producer Jack, from our lightning round, a little bit. I have been hearing that the CMO or marketing lead at Ferrari is out,
Gone.
and
Get him out of here
because of the EV pushback that happened when Ferrari launched their new EV product. Yeah, here it is. Just in, Ferrari replaces its marketing chief following backlash to the Lucci EV debut. I would guess you pronounce this Luch.
Totally.
Luch. I'm not sure that this is fair for him though. Like, did he have input on like the product, like creating the product? I'm asking the question.
Totally. The issue is somebody has to fall on the sword for this because it was so horrendous that it was like almost unforgivable. The car was $690,000. Slate officially released their car today for 24 grand, and it's way better and it looks way nicer. And I'd rather get that. If you put both of those in front of me and we're like, you want a Slate or do you want this Lucci? I'd be like, can I have the Slate? It's like way better. I don't, it's horrible what they did.
Let's just like make the point though. I don't think that he had the call on how much it costs and how much he or she, I don't think they had the call on how much the thing costs or what it is like. I mean, you can't fire Jony Ive. Jony was a piece of all this, correct? I think he was.
I don't think so.
I think he was. So Jony was doing something with Ferrari. He was doing something with Ferrari, was he not? I believe he was.
Fact check you right now.
Fact check me. Fact check me on this. Jony was doing something with Ferrari. Maybe I'm switching horses midstream here. But I don't think I know that somebody has to fall on the sword, but I'm just making.
Oh, you're right.
So yeah, he was. Right. I mean,
he was a part of the design. Yeah.
So you can't fire Jony Ive. Okay. I mean, they've used that for marketing, which they should have.
Yeah.
But
I know Jony Ive designed Ferrari. Jeez.
And I know somebody's got to fall on the sword, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's ultimately this guy's fault that people hate the product and hate the price and the comps for like how much horsepower, how far it can go. Like, I know somebody's got to off somebody's head, but
got to.
I'm not sure that it's this guy's fault that the product is, not up to par.
Totally not, but he's going to get a fantastic job wherever he goes. Pretty insane resume. I wonder if you get to drive Ferraris if you're like C-suite for Ferrari.
You better.
Surely, right?
Surely.
Like that's your daily. Is that your daily driver though? Right?
You gotta be.
For sure. Gotta be, right? Like that's what I'm thinking.
C-suite? You gotta be. That's gotta be your daily driver.
For sure, right? Okay. Yeah, I know. That'll be a miss for him where he's gonna have to get rid of that. But he'll be fine. He's going to be all good. Don't worry about him.
Daily driver in Italian wine country with Hawaiian shirt from 1987.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Selleck style. Just wide open. Wide open. I mean, button way down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love it.
One would think. We have the one and only, Jad Kiwan, co-founder of Ecomswap, who is coming to us right now, a Dubai-based boutique M&A advisory for ecom founders, launched in 2023. They've been building, scaling D2C brands for many years. They have now acquired a portfolio of brands themselves and turning that operator experience into a brokerage and doing a lot of deals, man. I think they've done like over 100 deals. If you want to sell your ecom biz someday, methinks this is one of the guys you want to be talking to and hearing from. We must welcome it inside of the show right now. Everybody, welcome Jad Kiwan inside of here. Get in here.
Good afternoon, guys. Pleasure, absolute pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. We appreciate you joining us, brother. Tell us, you're in Dubai right now? Is that right?
I am in Dubai right now, exactly.
Well, let's go.
Man, it's what time is it over there, brother? Is
it's
it like 11 o'clock at night?
It's 9:45 to be exact.
Wow. Whoa. Man. Hey, that's sacrificing and making the time to get on here, Jad. We appreciate that. Jad, man, I would love if you would just start out here, give people context, man, for yourself and what Ecomswap does, a little origin story for us. I mean, everybody who's in ecom and building a brand, they want to sell someday, or maybe they want to hold on to it forever. But methinks there's a lot of us who'd like a significant check at the end of this rainbow. Man, I'd love you to just back up and give us some origin story on you and Ecomswap.
Absolutely, I would love to. So my name is Jad. I'm the co-founder of Ecomswap. Essentially, my background's in D2C, as you said. So I started off e-commerce maybe seven years ago or so. We started off building our brands. We exited a couple of our brands as well, and we saw, we saw a gap in the market in terms of how the process is, the education around the topic, and we saw that this is something that we genuinely enjoy doing for ourselves. Exiting our brands, we enjoyed the process. It happened very organically in the sense that we started helping people around us. When I say we, it's my business partner, myself. Who we've been through the journey, the whole journey together, in the sense that we did ecom, and now 7 years later, we're still building. And yeah, that's basically, we started off exiting brands for people around us, because we naturally had a pretty solid network in the space. And we also, we travel quite a lot. We had quite a few connections as well on the buy side. So we said, hey, let's continue doing this. And essentially 3.5 years ago or so, we said, hey, let's go full in on Ecomswap. And we've essentially built an advisory platform where we've, as you said, done over 100 transactions. And we now have very solid buyer base. We've built a team here in Dubai. The team's not here behind me now because it's a little bit later. So they went home. But yeah, that's essentially the process. I mean, for us, most of the deals we do are in the US or in the EU. So regardless, we're pretty open to, I mean, you have to stay, we're used to the time zones. But yeah, I mean, it's great. I love it. I think it's such an exciting space. I think exits in general is a very exciting topic, whatever business you have, but in ecom specifically, I think it's just such a beautiful space where there's so many opportunities. It's been such an evolving space in the sense of 2020 to 2022, those huge boom, those aggregators, and then now I think the market's maturing a little bit in the sense that there's a lot more high net worth individuals and sort of and strategics and just funds building up that are going very that are coming in the market. So it's been a journey, man, and it's a great space to be in, and I love what I do every day. So yeah,
that's excellent.
That's amazing. Could you kind of walk us through that process? I think a lot of folks don't actually know how an exit works. I would love for you to kind of walk us through the steps of an exit.
For sure. So I think the first step is obviously to know where you're at in terms of valuation. So we can dive maybe a little bit deeper into what the valuation process is. I think that's a very important topic.
Yeah, totally.
Especially in ecom, where it's very tough to kind of give a median that's representative to the whole industry, because brands are built so differently. And we can dive into that. But the first step is obviously the valuation. So we help with kind of basically giving the valuation for brands. We have plenty of benchmarks. We have our KPIs that we use. Again, we can dive into those. And then once the valuation is in place, we then onboard the brand, where essentially we we create the SIMs and the materials. So the SIM is just the information memorandum, where we can essentially have all the information collected essentially in an efficient way. We ensure that all the financials are presented as well in the right way, in the sense that, you know, numbers need to be normalized in a lot of cases. There's a lot of brands that come and the numbers a little bit everyone. Is very important to showcase things how they are. And then we start the process where essentially we have what we've built that I think is really interesting is all of the buyers on our platform, all the buyers we have relationships with, which consists of high net worth individuals, you know, funds, whether it's PE funds, family offices as well, aggregators. We have a lot of strategics as well, which are doing a lot of deals, which I think is super interesting, especially strategics that are already in e-commerce and already have a good understanding of the space. So we presented to this network. All of our buyers have submitted proof of funds to us. So we do a very serious vetting process, and we have a very good relationship with these buyers. So that essentially allows to create a competitive process with serious parties. And then the idea is, you know, to kind of to showcase and get multiple LOIs in. So then we have multiple options. So it's not just, you know, in terms of, it's not always about the best offer. It's also about the best terms, because a lot of people
Totally.
I exited for whatever the amount may be, 5x the EBITDA, for example, and maybe, you know, if it's 2x cash and 3x. So it's all about as well how the structured, what the normalized EBITDA that was taken into account was, et cetera, et cetera. So then we showcase, and the idea is to get multiple offers on the table so that we have, because I think that's, you know, create the leverage essentially. And then once we reach that stage, basically we go into LO, we essentially go, we help up to closing, up to, you know, up to the APA stage. Obviously there's lawyers, we're not lawyers ourselves, so there's lawyers that come in as well to help, especially with drafting and reading the APA, etc. But that's an overall idea. In terms of the timeline, it really
how long does it take?
That's I think a very good question. Typically for us, it takes around 60 to 90 days, which is pretty quick.
That's fast.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. Again, depends on the deal size, depends on who the buyer is. The idea is through this competitive environment to kind of negotiate these terms in a way that's coherent for everyone. There's obviously a due diligence that needs to be done, but I think in any deal, momentum is the key. So you want to make sure that once you do start presenting to the right parties, you have a momentum that's there and that maintains, and that you have and that you're going through things efficiently. Because, you know, I'm sure if you speak with people in the space, there's a lot of, I'd say, horror stories in the sense of, you know, people that go through, I don't know, buyer that's not too serious, and then the process ends up taking 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then the buyer pulls out, or the buyer comes in and kind of renegotiates the offer because you're now stuck into a wall. So that's why I think when you lose the momentum, it's a huge risk and liability to the deal in most cases. So that's what we really try to do, in the sense that, you know, we want to make sure the leverage there and maintains there.
Time kills all deals.
Exactly. Right on.
Tell me this, Jad. And I know it's different with every brand, different categories, different factors. But you know, I mean, give me some general multiples. You know, how you're calculating that, and then how can people juice that thing up? How can they make it look like, hey, I got a real winner here. I can now show you that because this factor I've been working on, et cetera. What does that look like?
Great question. You know, I think just to start off on that point, I think a lot of the time, many times people come to us and they say, hey, I have a brand in X niche, you know, let's say I have a pet brand doing $1 million EBITDA a year. How much is it worth? And, you know, the reality is there's so much variability in this, in the sense that some brands are built almost like funnels, in the sense that, you know, there's just, okay, you have 90% of your ad spend on Meta. All the traffic is coming from there. You don't have enough defensibility. You compare that to another brand that has, you know, a lot of defensibility, has a huge LTV on the customers, has a diversified acquisition channels. You know, obviously the valuations on these two brands will be extremely different. If I had to give a range, I'd say between 2 and 7x the EBITDA. But again, this varies a lot, and it depends on the terms. It depends on many things. But yeah, and in terms of the factors that we look at, and I think this is really important, because I think there's a huge lack of education on the topic. But definitely, you know, what's the year-over-year growth? What's the, you know, what sort of trends are there in the brand? Is there any variability, in the sense that if your brand does 80% of their revenue or or EBITDA, let's say during Q4, obviously that's a huge risk because it's when are we going to time it to market? Is there a way to make it so that the brand is more consistent throughout time and has a consistent growth? You don't want to have too many ups and downs. I think obviously the LTV is super important as well. What's the LTV of your customers? And then some people think of subscriptions, which is definitely the way to go, but then it needs to be like sustainable subscriptions in the sense that you can't have subscriptions but then have a churn that's at 30%, because then there's something off, and that's more of a red flag than more of a liability than an asset in that end, right? So I think that's another one. Definitely diversification and acquisition channels. We see so many brands today that come to us.
This is a big point.
This is a big point.
It's crazy because brands that are doing 7 figures a month, for example, that don't have Amazon, and that's like, and they don't not have it because they purposely chose to keep their main channel D2C. It's just in the sense that a lot of the times I feel like a lot of founders focus so much on like what they know that they don't want to get outside their comfort zone, and they kind of say, okay, they push it. So, diversifying your acquisition channels is so important, because if you're dependent on one acquisition channel, the amount of risk is, let's say Meta, because that's the one where most brands are somewhat
consolidated.
Somewhat, Tomorrow you're running on Meta, you have the CPM goes up, whatever happens, your brand can go to, your brand can just go in such heavy decline that it's, when you take that into consideration, it's hard for a buyer to come in if that's your sole acquisition channel, and there's no, to come in and say, I'm going to view X amount of years, because you don't see the brand being there in X amount of years. Potentially it's not there anymore. So I think that's a massive point that I think is one of the biggest ones that people don't,
That's
work on enough. And I think as well, like just community around the brand as well, like how sustainable is the community? A lot of people, they just post about the brand, but for example, let's say you have a beauty brand, can you get ambassadors? What can you do to actually create a brand that's identifiable and that's here to stay, and that you can see still being here in 5 years? I think that's the question people should really be asking themselves. And I think when you start making decisions with that in mind, it's a complete game changer, and it's going to help you. It's going to help you in terms of your brand's going to perform better, but as well, it's going to also, of course, affect the valuation. And that's, brand ambassadors, creating content that's actually genuinely around the brand. Let's say you have a skincare brand, maybe there's genuine skincare, just think of box. I think, we have brands. Can you create events? We have, there's a couple of brands that have done this, that are doing really well with this. For example, there's a sport brand that's doing marathons. I don't want to give any names that we know, but and that's doing really well, and that's created a real community around the brand. So obviously that's something that's going to come in and create so much value. And then there's a couple others, like IP and defensibility. What's your moat? Can you get patents?
Totally.
Can you get trademarks around anything? How defensible is your brand? If tomorrow anyone can come in and just whatever it is, like just spend more than you in Meta, angles and take over, it's going to be harder to justify, for buyers putting in X amount of risk. So that's as well one of them. And then
this makes me want to start a brand again. That's what it does.
I mean,
this makes me want to start a brand again, doesn't it? Does it make you want to? It does.
Yeah, it makes me excited again. I'd love to dive in a little bit with. I've heard a crazy stat on the percentage of businesses that are listed with you guys that actually end up selling. Could you talk me a little bit about that, and what's the reason that brands actually don't end up selling?
Great question. So for us, so we vet the deals that we bring in the sense that we want to ensure that if we're pushing something a lot, like on multiple sides, like ensuring that the asking price is, we want to make sure obviously you're getting something that's attractive, but if it's something that's completely uncorrelated to the market and there's a 20% or 0% chance of selling because there's too much opportunity cost, it's not worth it. So we really vet the deals in the sense that we want to make sure that they're deals that are going to sell. When we onboard someone, we don't want to waste their time or hours as well. So first of all, there's a good vetting process there. And then in terms of why, I think we have LOIs and offers coming in for every deal that we bring on. Why deals might not close, I think that's one of the things with ecom, right? Sometimes something happens out of the blue and there's a slight variation. whether it's numbers going down or sometimes numbers going up a lot, right? Sometimes, for example, we had an LOI on a deal a month or so ago, and the brand was, I think this is actually a really interesting story, because the brand was doing around $30,000 a day, so just around the $1 million mark.
Just around there, yeah.
We had an LOI on the table, and we were just in the process of getting the APA. So basically the buyer was drafting an APA with his attorneys, which was being sent on a Monday. That Friday, I think sometimes it's that Friday the brand decided, and that's a great thing for the brand owner, by the way. I think hats off to him, because I think it's great, and we'll sell them down the line. But that Friday, for example, he started running. He basically pushed his ad spend, right? He was like, okay, I'm selling, I might as well test something. And he went in that weekend from $30,000 a day to $100,000 a day. So sometimes it can be in both ways, right? Where sometimes things go in decline, but sometimes as well, people are about to sell, and then there's a declick as well, where they're like, okay, let me just try this out. I might as well now. And sometimes we've seen that, quite a few times where essentially a seller, just because they're about to sell, they take more drastic and more emotional responsibility, which they should theoretically be taking whilst we're handling the business regardless of sale. But I think that's the lesson there that I think is interesting, is regardless of selling, right, is I think a lot of brand owners just get too comfortable and don't try pushing at the right moments. And they definitely should, right? There's so many, I go from the principle that there's a lot of the times people are working on certain tasks that are maybe repetitive or don't have the opportunity to give you to give you massive, like 100 or 200% change. And they should, and they don't do that because they're stuck in the day-to-day. So I think it's always important to take a step back and actually see what changes can I implement that will make a massive difference in the business. And I think if people actually reflect that way and put things in place that way, there would be, we see it every day, right? But there would be a lot of more success stories and a lot more skill in certain brands.
Brands got to take more risk. I totally agree.
Tell me this, Jad. If I'm brand owner, and let's say I'm making more than $5 million a year. I'm somewhere. Am I back? Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I'm here. My ears are all yours.
If I'm brand owner and I'm thinking about, like, I want an exit, I do. What's the first step? What's the first step I need to take? Like right now, is it looking at my financials? Is it talking to you? Is it evaluating something in house, making sure my books are in order? Like, what's the first step I need to take?
Great question. I think you should always know where you're at, right? You're building an asset. You're the goal between building a brand. It should be at some point to exit, because that's it's the most, one of, if not the most important step in the life cycle of a brand, if not the life cycle of lives, in a lot of cases, it's life-changing money, right? So I think that should definitely be something that's back of mind and is being considered, and that's within the equation, right? So I think the first step would definitely be to understand where you're at in terms of valuation, to understand which points can make your brand stronger and which points can increase your valuation. Because if you know that early, you're obviously and you have that in mind, and you're making strategic decisions on your brand correlated to this, you're going to build in a way that's a lot more first of all, it's going to help you, because typically these are things that help the brand, but you're also going to build in a way where when you want to exit, you have a business that's ready to exit, right? There's no time frame where that should be. I would say maybe 6 months is a good time to start. The earlier the better. But I think that's the thing, right? So many brands just a lot of brand owners are emotional in the sense that when things are going well, it's not even in their head, but you should exit when you don't need to exit. When you need to exit, your leverage flips to the buyer, and you lose your edge. So you should always have that in mind and kind of have an idea of where you're at in terms of your brand value and what you can work on. I think that's non-negotiable. Every brand owner should be doing that from day one, because there's always something that can happen. Because if you look at certain brands run almost like funnels, in the sense that they have no defensibility, and that's such a shame, where certain implementations can make such a big difference in the value. Just understanding where you're at, building understanding, educating yourself on what acquirers are looking for. In specific spaces, there's different things. It varies a little bit, but some of the points I said previously are very coherent in this. But really understanding, what is my brand worth today? What am I building towards? Having goals and sticking to those, I think, is very useful. And yeah, just thinking long term is super important, and that's what I would say.
I love this.
Jad, as we appreciate you making the time and joining us. If somebody wants to talk to you, man, where do they find you? Where do they get involved with Ecomswap? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we have, I think on Ecomswap is the best way. We also have a valuation calculator on there, which I think is super useful, right? So if someone wants to just curious to kind of know what their brand's worth, they can always do a valuation. We have, so they can just go on our website. There's a valuation calculator on there, which I think is super useful. And then we can always book in a call. We're always happy as well to help. If someone wants to know their KPIs, we just, the reason I joined this business, and we built a pretty serious team as well, because I don't have any financial background or anything, but what we've built and done is we've brought in investment bankers, we brought in actual people from the space to kind of compensate, so that we have both, the e-commerce aspect on things, so that, I'm here to kind of understand the space. We built everything, and also the financial side, so that on these processes, on these valuations, on things are done in a way where the process is led very efficiently. So that's why we've built a team where we have 3 advisors right now, where we're racking up, that are able to handle these deals. So to answer shortly, valuation calculator is probably the best way. You go on our website, you go on the valuation calculator, you do that, and then we'll probably reach out. And if it's now, we'll discuss. If it's down the line, we'll discuss. But we're here to give a valuation or to help and see if we're able to help.
Awesome. Ecomswap.io. Jad, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. We look forward to talking to you again, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Let's keep
super important points on valuations.
A lot of things to think about there.
Definitely.
Having one's ducks in a row and thinking long term from the beginning and knowing what you're worth.
Yeah, and channel diversity too. I mean, he's talking about it. There's a reason we talk about it a lot. I mean,
we do.
Also, Bill talked about it, specifically channel diversity, where like it makes you can't buy a brand that is just totally hemorrhaged on one channel.
Yeah. You mean Bill Rahm talked about it? Is that who you mean?
No, Bill D'Alessandro.
Oh yeah, Bill D'Alessandro.
Yes, he was talking about yeah, thank you, Jack. He was talking about the fact that a company that's over-indexed on one channel is very unattractive for a buyer.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the sauce that our friends at Ecomswap have brought us. Moving forward, we have the one and only Yahli Malchin coming to us, founder of Wayve Wear, doing something very interesting, bringing natural fibers, organic cottons, and things specifically to the activewear space, which we have talked about at length on this show. Before he comes, maybe we'll have a little lightning round story before he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Rich Panel. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Refunds, orders, order tracking, subscription cancellations, etc. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has you covered on the rest. If you're paying $2 to $10 per ticket right now to a human, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Rich cut their cost per ticket by 70%, saved $500,000 over the course of a year. Migration takes less than 2 weeks, and your CSAT score is going up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo, get started today. Fix this massive headache and save yourself some money. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of this show. Another story here that I'd like to just bring forth and bring out, and I'd like your commentary on. Okay, Brian Johnson, who we all know of the Don't Die cause.
Oh yeah,
he has released a bunch of new drugs that are coming to his telehealth. This is his telehealth company, correct? Immortal RX.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? It's an incredible name, by the way.
Crazy branding.
Immortals.com. Is that what it is? Immortals RX, I believe, is what he references here. Yeah, it's immortals.com. Like, what a crazy domain. Immortals.com. I did not know that this was his. But yeah, precision medicine protocols designed by Brian Johnson. This is really like your thing. I really don't know that much about this, but he's got a bunch of stuff that he's excited about that's dropping here. Producer Jack, you can scroll down, show us the screenshot here. He's got a bunch of stuff that he's dropping. And I think he puts forth there that genuinely he believes this generation will not die.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty wild the amount of stuff he's dropping. He drops stuff that I don't even know what it is. If you want to go back, he's also dropping if you go up a little bit, like there's complexes that he's dropping. So
what is that? What is that?
Somewhat, it basically like it's multiple peptides in one. So a 3-in-1, a 4-in-1, a 4-in-1. Pretty wild. Some of these I don't know what they are, but it's pretty crazy. But he's gonna make an absolute bag. This is all the new stuff. This isn't really that crazy breakthrough stuff. The existing stuff, metformin, it's just really interesting. He's basically amalgamating all of this into one website, and he's going to make an absolute crazy bag off of this.
So none of these, he doesn't own any of these. This is his website. He's telehealthing it using his.
This is full telehealth. Yeah. So if you go up a little bit more, all the way to the top. Like he doesn't own NAD+, like he doesn't own Wegovy or Zepbound or tirzepatide or semaglutide. It's just telehealth distribution. The 3-in-1 and the 4-in-1s are very interesting. And I'm not hip to the arousal peptide. Maybe I should be more researched, but I didn't even know that was a thing. So
apparently it is.
Yeah, there's a whole world that I am just clearly not. There you go, existing stuff, Cialis. You know what I mean? Like, just pumping you full of everything you could possibly want in a day's worth. But he's gonna make off of this.
I thought that his big push was going to be his like blueprint. It's like, I'm making myself so healthy. Now you do it. It cost me $2 million a year. We've now baked it in to where you can do it for, I don't know, less than $2 million a year. I thought this was going to be his big push. It seems like he's got a bigger opportunity just to like take what he's known for and just do telehealth with it, with immortals.com, which is an incredible domain.
So basically, like immortals.com is everything that requires a prescription. Blueprint is like basically supplements. It's like all supplements that he's approved, all of those things that are like super clean. Everything is by the books. He's third-party tested the whole thing. And then I think on top of that, he's got something else that he's doing, which is like pretty bananas. It's wild what he is doing. It's like he has the most money in the entire world, and he can basically just kind of like monopoly his way into whatever he wants to do at this point. And it's focused on longevity. And so it's gonna be really interesting to see like what stuff he's doing as an individual to like push longevity forward.
I think he should just he doesn't have to like reinvent the wheel here. He's already done the hard work of like building up his personal brand, and like doing fantastical things around that. And he can just be a telehealth guy the rest of his life, and he's going to have bees behind his name.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's going to happen, honestly, the way he's executing. And then on top of it, Blueprint's also making like ready-to-go meals that ship directly to people. Really? So like basically a Factor competitor where it's like, here's a Blueprint meal. There's a lot of arms to this. I'm just saying that like this is an example of expanding your LTV, diversifying your channels, and making sure your business is super sound. Whether you care about what Brian Johnson does or not, fundamentally, the basis of the business is extremely safe now.
I don't think I want any Blueprint meals.
Apparently they're good.
Apparently
they're really good. I mean, sure, you can have steak. Like,
I just want a steak.
Whenever.
I just want a steak. Ship me a steak every day. I think. I'll risk the red meat. Dean Brennan's doing it. You know, if
I'm
Dean
sure.
Brennan does it
God,
over
he
at
looks
Heart and
great.
Soil, good looking guy. You know,
God, he looks great.
Doug D2C Doug over there at Heart and Soil. I'm just like, I think I'll risk the steak. You know,
Totally. Yeah.
Moving forward here, we have the one and only Yahli, founder of Wayve Wear, coming to us. He is particularly of note for me because there's been so much talk as of late. State of Texas investigating Lululemon. How are those wares and materials that they use affecting all of our bodies, et cetera? We've all got microplastics inside of us all of the time. Are we poisoning ourselves with forever chemicals? He's doing something with Wayve Wear, bringing natural fibers to the athletic wear space, which D2C Doug actually over at Heart and Soil told me early on. He's like, this is the move. Everybody who's a knower of ball is wearing natural fibers when they work out. We must bring him inside of this show right now. Everybody welcome inside of here, Yahli Malchin.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yahli, welcome to the show, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. I appreciate the invite.
Brother, I would love if you would give us like the why behind what you're doing with Wayve Wear. I don't know if I've got it right, but we have been talking about this very thing often on the show
all the time,
particularly throughout this year. It's come up multiple times. I don't know if somebody can make yoga pants that are made with organic fibers and such, but man, give us the why. Give us the why on starting Wayve Wear, a little backstory on you and how you got here.
Yeah, for sure. So my background is in tech. Like I have no background in fashion. I studied business. I did some computer science in college, and I just worked as a product manager in tech. So I was doing fintech at some card processing company. And for the longest time, I've wanted to have my own business, and I just never knew what it would be. And so that's why I went down this path. I was working this job in corporate, and it just never really felt aligned. And so I kept doing that and figured the idea would come at some point. But a couple of years after college, I started just getting more into holistic health. And so went down all the different rabbit holes of like looking at tap water, getting shower filters, shopping at farmers markets, grounding, all this stuff. And I started to feel like a lot better. And eventually I came across the fact that when I was working out, I was actually wearing plastic. And so I checked my closet and I was like, man, every single gym short, gym shirt, like even regular clothes that I have are made from polyester, nylon, spandex, or some mix of the three. And then I realized like that's all just plastic. So it's either coming from petroleum or it's coming from plastic bottles, and it's just leaching against your skin. Your skin is absorbing everything. And I mean, like I was already doing so much to avoid these toxins in other parts of my life that it made no sense to me to be wearing it when I'm working out and like when my skin is actively absorbing this stuff. So I didn't at that point really have the idea to start Wayve, but I started looking at other brands to buy for myself and just use because I wanted to solve that problem. And there were some brands that were pretty good, but I felt like all of them were missing something. Like either the performance wasn't great or I just didn't like the way it looked. And it kind of, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but for me, it felt like a lot of these like natural fiber brands feel more like medical products in a way, more like health products, but it doesn't really blend like the clothing side of things in there too.
Yeah.
And I felt there was a huge gap with that. And then also just like some small tweaks with like different types of pockets, things like that. And so as I was wearing these more, I was like, man, I know I can make something better than this. And then that's when everything clicked. I'm like, okay, here's my idea that I've been waiting for this whole time. And I just started working on it. So it took a bit of time just to do all the development and like learn how to make clothes. But since then I haven't looked back, and it's been growing and growing. And yeah, to your point, now natural fibers are like starting to take off more, starting to get more attention in the mainstream, but it's still early for sure.
I mean, you have the quad short, and that's a staple in your brand. What's the hardest part about working with natural fibers that's different from say a synthetic?
there are a bunch of hard parts, to be honest. I would say like step one is finding a manufacturer that is willing to work with you, because
Yeah.
I had a bunch of manufacturers that just turned me away because I wasn't willing to compromise on using even like 90% cotton, 10% spandex. Like, especially with activewear, it's just so normalized, and it's just like a regular part of how they produce clothes that if you ask to make stuff with natural materials, for sure they'll at least tell you like, hey, there are all these risks, like it's going to be more prone to tearing, it's going to not perform well, XYZ. And you have to just kind of push back against that, which was difficult for me too, because I was so new to fashion. So it was like, maybe I am wrong, maybe they're right, but you have to just keep pushing back against them, and like it works. Like I've worn my shorts to run like a lot. I've played soccer in them, I work out in them, like swam in the ocean in them, so like they hold up fine. I think the other part is just figuring out like which fabrics to use and making sure it can like perform properly, because if you think about cotton, like it's not going to be stretchy at all, which is what you think about when you think of workout clothes, right? Like sometimes you need that compression and that stretch, but it's just knowing when to use what materials, and like you have to just kind of be creative with how you create the clothes and like what you're making them out of. So I think those are the different challenges that I've run into.
Yeah, Yahli, I have thought for some time, like this thing that you're doing, it like makes all the sense in the world for
so much sense.
Like especially meatheads, like meathead guys. Like I'm a former meathead. You know, I grew up in gyms and playing football and all the things. Like it makes all the sense in the world for me and my various other meathead friends. I have wondered though, like, can somebody like break this open with women? Like, you know, especially on the like yoga pants ish side. And it seems like you've already forayed into this segment. You've got this merino wool like short, and it looks yoga pants ish to me. I mean, it looks like natural fiber yoga pants, except they're short and not long. I mean, talk to me about this.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Like, I feel like right now for men, you can find a few options and it works pretty well. I think with women, it's a lot harder because women's bodies are different. I think every woman has a lot different preferences, whereas men are more similar in what they're looking for. And because I think women's bodies just have more curves and are different in general, and there's just more variance, I think that's why these synthetics are so popular, because it has that like spandex specifically is super elastic. It can stretch and like snap back, which is why it's so like form fitting, and it's good for like yoga pants and things like that. The best natural fiber that I've experimented with is merino wool, because it has that same, or not the same, it has similar stretch capabilities, but it's also a lot healthier to wear. Obviously, it's a natural fiber. It's temperature regulating, so it's not like regular wool where you think about it and it's like, this is gonna be too hot and itchy and all this stuff. It's super fine, so it's really good to wear for working out. And you can even wear it like a few times without washing it, because it doesn't hold on to any odor or anything.
Really?
Yeah. So like for my shorts, I wear it probably 2 or 3 times before I wash it, and like it doesn't smell, which is another big benefit for natural fibers.
Who knew? I didn't know. Yeah,
actually,
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
And for the men's shorts, you've got, is the whole thing made of merino, or is you got like an inside
I have a liner built in. So the liner is made from merino wool, which is good for that like anti-odor. It's good for the stretchiness and like the compression side. But then the outside is organic cotton, so it's like a little more durable. That's why I like having the two different layers.
Smart.
Yeah.
Is it also true you're trying to build in public on YouTube with this? And could you talk a little bit more about that? Because I would imagine it makes you very vulnerable as a first-time founder, where you are just basically putting a camera up and saying like, here's how I'm building the company. Here's some mistakes I've made.
Yeah. Since I started, I've been building in public. It started really on Twitter or X. And for the longest time, I was only posting on there, probably for the first year and a half. And I would say being an entrepreneur, it like forces you to kind of do some shadow work and think about what you have to grow internally. And so like for me, for the longest time, I've always been pretty like shy, reserved, would never want to be in front of the camera or even do something like this, just going to a podcast or an interview or anything. But obviously you need to grow an audience, and I haven't really been using too much paid ads. So I've been doing mostly organic growth. And for me, the biggest part of that has been just like expanding where I'm posting online, right? So starting from X was great, at least for the first launch. And I still get a lot of customers from X, but there's a whole another world out there through YouTube, through Instagram. And so just putting myself out there has been really helpful. I think people resonate with founder-led content, with seeing like the early stages, with seeing all the mistakes. And so for me, it's like, it's been a little, like I have to be vulnerable and admit when I don't know what I'm doing, or like, talk about the mistakes that I make, but I think it's worth it. And it'll be cool to look back on it in another year or 2 years or 10 years and see, like how far I've come. And so I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it. Just like the more you do something, the easier it gets, as with anything in life. So, that's kind of been how I've been thinking about, like posting all this founder-led content and all this stuff.
Smart.
It's so smart.
And Yahli, I'll just say something here, because I've worked with a number of founders who don't want to be on camera, et cetera. You've got something kind of inborn that's going for you, in that you're a good looking man, and being handsome. Hey, being
Frost
handsome, Frost Buddy.
Hey.
Brock taking off the shirt, filming the ads. It doesn't hurt.
They convert
it doesn't
better.
hurt. Yeah,
They
they
convert
convert better. They
You
convert
got to
better.
use the cards that you're dealt, right? So
Exactly. We
Use
talked
it to
about
my
this on the show.
especially unfair advantages like being good looking. I mean,
Gotta use it.
It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile to use. That's incredible, man. I mean, tell me, like, I would imagine that, like, making this thing the way that you're making it, with, hey, we want like the best materials that actually work. I would imagine it drives your costs up, which probably, makes, hey, I got to get good at making content and getting as many eyeballs as I can without paying Meta for it or paying somebody else. Tell me about that. I would imagine actually producing these items not so cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure way more expensive. And if you look at the price that I'm selling at, like, it's $90 for a pair of shorts, which is expensive, but it's the same price as what these other big luxury activewear brands sell for. So when you compare what I'm doing, which is using natural fibers, especially merino wool, is super expensive, versus using polyester, recycled polyester, nylon, that they can literally take garbage and turn it into clothes that's like essentially cheap. And at their scale versus my scale, it's like they can probably create one pair of shorts for under $5, right? And then they sell it for so much. It's definitely not the case for me. And so that's been one of the reasons why I've been trying to grow more organically and not rely on paid ads as much. I'm also bootstrapped, so I don't have any investors or anything. So I've just been growing from that first bulk order that I placed and just kind of reinvesting everything. So it takes a lot longer for me to scale. And so I think for the longest time, also because I was ordering such small quantities, my pricing was even worse. So I'd have to pay like extra premiums just to make sure that they can send me like 100 units instead of like 1,000 units, right?
Yeah.
And so it makes a big difference at first. And now luckily I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of reaching these higher thresholds. And as a result, like, not only is my business bigger now and I have just better marketing, like I'm a little bit more well-known, like that stuff all helps, but now also my pricing is starting to go down, which helps a lot with my margins and profitability. So it's like, that was kind of my vision long-term, is like, if I could survive the first year or two with those like terrible margins, I would set myself up for success. And like now the more I grow, the better my pricing is going to get. And like the easier it'll be to sustain, the easier it'll be to start scaling with paid ads and things like that. So that's kind of been my strategy. And then also, if I was able to survive that part and be able to learn how to use organic marketing and grow organically, like I think I can keep doing that. And then it only makes the paid acquisition that much easier, because if you have good organic marketing, it's going to convert well as paid ads. Like it was a hard situation, but I think it forced me to learn and grow into a position where I'm setting myself up for a lot easier time.
I dig it. I totally agree with you too. I think it sets you up for down the road.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about that first product drop? How did you decide what pieces to launch? How did you go through that? Because you're bootstrapped and you have to like really be dialed in with this. How did you decide those?
I decided, so at first I wanted to just drop one pair of shorts, like the quad short. And then I was talking, at that point, I knew nothing about ecom. I'd never started a business before. I'd never done any fashion stuff. And so I was working with a fashion designer and they were helping me through actually doing all the technical specs for the clothes. And they've worked with other small brands. And so they were recommending that I start with a small collection. And so that's kind of one shift that I did, which looking back on it, may or may not have been the best choice, but I started off with a collection kind of that you can build a whole wardrobe. So I did the quad short, I did the classic short, which I am selling now also, which is more like a lifestyle short. I did one women's short, which kind of didn't turn out that great. And then I did like t-shirts, hoodies, and a rugby shirt. So I did 6 total items, which is for sure way too much. Like if I could do it over again, I would do much less and reduce my focus to like 1 or 2 things. But it was fun too. I think, creating different products, like I think the product development process is the most fun because like you're turning an idea into something tangible. With clothes especially, it's very creative. And I think if people like your clothes and they wear it, I think it's a huge compliment because, right, like things you wear, it's a creative expression of like who you are as a person. And so if it resonates with someone, like for me, that's the biggest compliment. So it was fun, but I think I definitely made a lot of mistakes throughout the way. And that first year in business, I was doing a bunch of different drops. I probably dropped like 5 to 10 different new products instead of focusing on one product. And it slowed my growth because, like I said, I'm bootstrapped. I don't have investors. And so every dollar that I was earning was going into these new products. It's super risky because some of them will flop. Some people don't like the clothes that I made. Whereas I was doing that instead of just like doubling down on the things that were proven to work well. And so that was one big lesson that I learned after the first year. And since kind of shifting that perspective, things have gotten a lot better. But I mean, I think I'll just keep making mistakes along the way. It's inevitable, but right. So
what else can we do but continue to move forward and try stuff and fall forward? Man, tell me this, Yahli. 5 years, how do you see natural fibers activewear developing? I truly do wonder, like in the future, like maybe yoga pants and the plastics that we've all been wearing are gone. I really do wonder that. How do you see this whole thing developing?
I have a hard time seeing that it's going to be gone completely. And I've been to different like fabric fairs where all these suppliers are meeting and they're talking about this stuff. The thing is, they all know in the industry that plastic is a huge problem. And they're talking about microplastics and how to reduce it. The thing is, like, we don't have a way to clean up microplastics from the ocean. So that's a big problem. Like, hopefully we can find some way to do that soon. But the clothing industry is super wasteful. So there's something like 92 million tons of clothes every year that get thrown out into landfills. And most of those are plastic. And so right now, from what I've seen, most of the focus is turning those clothes into new clothes. So it's called like T to T, like textile to textile. And that's kind of what I see as like the next big trend in the fashion industry, where they're taking these old polyester or recycled polyester clothes, they're breaking them down, spinning them into new fibers, and then turning them into new clothes, which is like overall better than creating net new clothes, but it's still causing similar problems where these clothes are still plastic based. It's unhealthy to wear. It's still going to be shedding microplastics every time you wear it, every time you wash it, every time you dry it, and they'll still end up in landfills anyway. So it's like, I think the main way to actually fix this is to stop using plastic based clothes, just go back to natural fibers. But I think it'll take some time. I feel like for sure there's going to be more of a shift where consumers are demanding it, and already they're starting to demand it more and more. And it, like to your point earlier, with Lululemon being investigated, more mainstream attention on the health impacts, we're getting to a point where people are starting to be aware. And like the more people kind of stop buying plastic-based clothes, that's going to be the ultimate difference maker, I think. rather than relying on these big brands to kind of make the shift themselves. So
Yeah.
I think we'll see more of them start to introduce more natural fibers as the demand grows. But I think it'll also be really hard for them to kind of like cut out synthetics completely because of the supply chain and also just like consumer sentiment. Like people still think that you need, you know, like these performance fabrics in order to go run a marathon or do some crazy workout or even just like a regular workout. So I think it'll be a lot of education and then also just like, you know, trying to figure out a way to have consumers start demanding natural fibers more than synthetic. So I think it'll take some time.
I love this.
I'm bullish on the quad short, Yahli.
Me too. Me too.
And you know, why turn garbage into clothes when you can turn sheep into clothes?
Exactly.
And man, hey, we love what you're doing, and we appreciate your perspective on this. We're going to be watching it close, and we look forward to having you back, man. Before you go, and tell us where to find it. Where do people go? You know, what should they buy? Give us the deets on where everybody should go.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks for having me again. It's a lot of fun to be on here. But yeah, if you want to check out Wayve, I'm on Instagram at wayve.wear. The website is wavewear.com. Right now, you can see behind me, I have all the inventory here, but it's mostly sold out. So I'm getting a new restock.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So I'm getting a new restock in July. I'm getting a bunch of new shorts coming in, some new colors. So if you want to be like notified of that, make sure to join the email list. I'll send out like early access to people on the list, but otherwise just stay on socials. I'll post updates there.
Bro, he's doing the thing. He is definitely the Brock of Frost Buddy for natural fibers. I can see my guy on here, and he's doing the thing on Instagram. Yeah, we appreciate you, man. We look forward to having you back. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
I'm bullish on what he's doing. I think there's going to be a ton of movement this way, and man, this is what we all want, man. That's what we all want. We want to be healthy. We want to be jacked. We want to be handsome, good looking, doing stuff outside. I think he's the real deal.
Yeah, I think that's going to absolutely explode. I love what they're doing. I'm super bullish on it. I'm super bullish on the category. That's going to be amazing to see in a couple of years.
Moving forward, wrap up our lightning round here as we go there. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about AppLovin ads. If you are running a D2C brand and you're not on AppLovin yet, you're leaving money on the table, and that's sad. Don't do that. AppLovin gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers inside the games that everyone loves to play. Solitaire, Mahjong, Candy Crush, etc. More people play mobile games too than you think. Okay, we're talking mainstream, financially comfortable household decision makers. And the unlock is the format. People watching your ads for 35 seconds instead of 0.35 seconds inside the normal social feeds. And this thing converts. Miranda Pettinger was on here. She saved her Q4, scaled up to 80K per day in spend in less than a week by moving spend over to AppLovin when Meta was tripping. You get going in less than an hour. Your favorite brands are there, Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, etc. You should go there before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom Cowboy. Tell them that Kyle and I sent you. Many thanks for AppLovin ads being part of this show. Now, wrapping up our lightning round here. There was something that you brought up that I wanted to Slate. I would like to see Slate. I would like us to see it and cover it. Producer Jack, can you bring up Slate? I would like us to see this because they've actually made the promise that I think was, felt like a little much for everybody.
Look at this bad boy.
25K. Scroll down here, Producer Jack, and show us this thing. Boy, it's good looking. How much does this cost? 25K, right?
24.9. Look at that thing. It's simple. It's simple.
EV, simple. We got a Jeep version.
Yep.
We got a
truck version. A Slate truck. Still seats 2. Still fits plywood. Still turns into a 5-seat SUV. Still the same Slate. And it costs half as much as an average new car. Slate. We built it. You make it. I'm Jeff. Still narrating. Still the best voice at Slate.
Actually, everyone said I had a great voice and they wanted me to narrate. The Slate truck still has no fancy screen, no self-driving, and no stuff that you didn't ask for.
Still got everything you need. Backup camera, keyless entry, locking frunk, heat and AC, airbags, and so much more.
You can add accessories whenever you want. We've got tons.
Tons. Add them anytime.
I just said that. You should decide how to spend your money, not us.
You don't have to pick anything now. Pre-order at slate.auto to lock in your delivery window.
And beat the rush. You can choose to pick it up or we'll deliver. We'll even take your trade-in. Slate. We built it. You make it.
Sick.
Pretty cool. And then the specs are right here in the suite too, if you want to check those out.
Yeah, let's go look at the specs here. Producer
So here you
Jack.
go.
Free deliveries in Q4 of 2026. 205 mile
Q4.
range. Battery 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. Top speed 90 miles an hour. Battery, onboard charger, can tow 2,000 pounds. Over 200 accessories. I'm interested. Like, if I just bought like the base model, can I still make it a Jeep? Like, can I legitimately take it from like a two-seater truck to a 5-seater Jeep? That's kind of crazy.
And then all of those accessories. So there's 200 plus accessories, and then 80% of those are under $500 each, including roof rack, stereo covers, light covers, all that stuff. So there's like this Lego approach to your car, which is pretty sick. And then you can wrap your car for like under $500. If you're like, I'm done with this, silver, I'm going to change it to green, rock and roll. You're good to go.
Maybe a big Ecom Cowboy logo on the side.
There you go. Let's wrap it.
The thing that I find interesting here is that what do we got here? Over 180,000 reservations or something.
Crazy.
More than 180,000 reservation holders have told us they're ready for a vehicle that's affordable, reliable, and built around their lives. This hits the point that there is significant demand at the lower end of whatever market and niche that you live in. Obviously, Slate, this is like direct-to-consumer cars.
Yeah, if you scroll up a little bit. That very last line, Slate won't have traditional dealerships and plans to sell directly to customers. So direct to consumer. Let's go.
This is D2C cars, man.
D2C cars, baby. They said it couldn't be done, but here you go.
It's happening. Cutting out the middleman and people order and reserve on the internet. I think this underscores the point for me that whatever niche that exists, there's money to be made at the lower end of the market.
100%.
We've covered this tons with Goodwill, with resellers, like those people who own those categories or own the lower end of cost inside of categories. They're crushing right now. They're crushing. You don't have to be a premium only. We're the highest cost ever inside of this category to succeed in D2C. You can genuinely, if you can make a better cup of coffee and give people a better deal, especially right now in our K-shaped economy, there's a lot of people who will buy what you have. And I think Slate is a perfect example. 180,000 reservations for a $24,000 car that, maybe 20, 30 years ago, $24,000 was significant. Now, I mean, if you're looking to get a truck, man, you're going to pay 40, 50. You might pay 70.
Yeah.
That's just like what they're rolling out at. Okay. There's demand here. There's demand here.
How much do you think? So we know that publicly there's 180,000 reservations for the Slate, right? 180,000.
Yeah.
Bake up taxes on it. So 25,000 for each one of these bad boys, right?
Yeah.
How much do they have in pre-revenue for pre-orders?
Oh gosh, you're asking me to do public math here.
How much do you think it is?
Well, people
Just a
haven't
guess.
paid yet. People haven't paid yet. How much do they pay for the reservation?
I think it's like $60 or $100.
Oh, I don't know. What are they?
So if all those 180,000 people purchase, that's 4.5 Bs.
Seriously?
Of pre-orders at 25 a rip.
Can they produce that, man? That's a ton of cars.
It is a ton of cars, but like also there's a massive demand clearly because everybody's pre-ordering these things and putting their name down as like, I want one. I like this. I love this idea.
Well, I do. I love it.
And the fact that they've covered so many, that you cover such a huge piece of the market share by saying, we're going to offer you a truck and also an SUV. So you get both of those demographics of like, cool, you get the truck guy, but then you also get the person who wants the SUV. And then they can change that.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
It's crazy. There's obviously demand for it. It makes me wonder, like, can they actually deliver? I mean, I don't know where they make these things, but rolling out 180,000 of those things sounds
it's US.
Tall order.
It's US made.
It's US made. And making them in San Antonio, or where do they make them?
That
sounds like a tall order.
Yeah.
That sounds like a tall order. Last of our lightning round here. OpenAI making chips now, and not the kind of chips that one eats. What do you got?
They're made in Indiana, Warsaw, Indiana, by the way.
Warsaw, Indiana, baby. They better get
Slate truck, baby.
Those Midwestern folks, they better get ready to make some trucks.
They better get ready to hum on some trucks.
I think Warsaw, Indiana is going to be pretty busy for a while.
Warsaw, Indiana exploding because of so many orders.
I think they're going to.
Yeah.
This news here coming to us by way of OpenAI. What do they have to say? We've designed and built our first AI chip, Jalapeno. Great name, by the way. Designed from the ground up by OpenAI and brought to production with Broadcom, Jalapeno is purpose-built for the LLM workloads powering ChatGPT, Codex, the API, and future agentic products. Chips are foundational to the AI economy. Building our own expands our full-stack platform from products to models to infrastructure and will help us scale intelligence, serve more people, and expand access to AI. This is important to us, obviously, because I think we're chat fans, especially if you need it to, vibe code something up. Maybe your codex pilled. Maybe you're using it to write your emails, your ad copy, etc. Is this cutting NVIDIA out? I really don't understand what's going on here.
That's potentially what's happening. Market doesn't really like it. Broadcom is up basically 0.1%. It didn't even move a bump for them. So maybe market doesn't really like it that much. But yeah, it's a awkward tensions, right? It's like, hey, we're gonna be making our own chips now through Broadcom. We're trying to bump out NVIDIA. It's a little precarious. It's a precarious situation.
That's interesting. I don't know how that one plays.
Jensen's
out.
Probably not thrilled.
I feel like a lot of side quests, a lot of things going on. Maybe not side quests, maybe they're core quests, but a lot of things going on because we got to make this thing profitable. We've 100%. Raised a gazillion dollars. We got to find a way to make this thing profitable, or at least to show trending in the right direction, as if the investment can pay off.
That's actually how much money they raised too. They raised $1 kajillion.
Yeah, I applaud.
It basically is.
I applaud the effort. I applaud the effort, but my goodness, that's a tall order. Methinks I will just try to bootstrap and cash flow. I don't think I'm quite ready for the OpenAI raise a gazillion dollars game. Coming inside of this show right now, we have Bill Warshauer, CRO of Tillo, coming to us to talk about global gift card networks and what they are doing for 4,000 plus brands across, like 40 markets and 25 various currencies. Kind of bananas. As he comes in here, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Intelligems. What is the next big idea that you have to change your business? Is it a price change, adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle strategy, or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. It's an AI-powered testing platform, helps you find the changes worth making that are going to actually drive revenue to your bottom line. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. See the URL scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Just a few minutes, you're going to get 3 ideas that you can start testing today. Audit's completely free, AI powered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Get rolling with them. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of this show. Now, I'm very interested in this. I'm very interested in this because gift cards, I think, it's not something that I usually think about. It's not something that I usually think about in our category of just e-commerce, et cetera. Maybe I'm just too meta-coded. I'm always thinking about ad costs, basically.
Totally.
What I can do to get my ad performance up and to the right. But to be like doing business across 40 various markets, 25 plus currencies, 4,000 plus brands, methinks Tillo knows a little ball. Just a little bit, knows a little ball and how to drive profits for all of us. We need to bring Bill Warshauer inside of this show right now. Everybody, welcome Bill Warshauer, Chief Revenue Officer.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Oh, well, Bill, that hat,
that's
a beautiful thing, man. Wow, Terry Blacks. I'm starting to think that you know a little barbecue ball as well, Bill.
I am still, I would say, digesting the beef rib that was consumed last night. It was an absolute beaut. Yeah, it's an absolute go-to when you come down here to Austin, Texas, and that's where we set up our U.S. headquarters here. So
incredible. You set up your U.S. headquarters here in Austin, Texas. I did not know that. I'm not far from you, Bill.
South Congress. Wow. Yeah, we'll have to get together. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go.
This is fascinating to know, Bill. Bill, tell me this: when most people hear gift cards, at least when I do, I think of like birthdays, holidays, etc. But man, this is becoming, I think this is becoming more and more a piece of just consumer workflow, daily life. And why do you think so many consumers are buying gift cards for themselves now? I mean, this is like a new trend that I haven't been aware of.
You've captured it perfect there, Chris. And it's a huge trend. And I'm excited to.
Our producer says, our producer was asking if you could remove your background to help the internet quality, potentially.
I'll do it.
Let's do it.
Virtual background off.
There we go.
That's terrible.
There we go.
There we go.
No, you're so much better. I'm telling you.
All right, good.
Amazing.
Listen, we're thrilled, obviously, to have the opportunity to come and talk about this. I love the spelling of my last name, guys. That is solid.
No, we got to take that. No, I don't think so. I think we got it misspelled, Bill.
There's an R missing. It's all good. It's all good. I think
it's going away. It's going away.
The OpenAI Warsaw, Indiana. I was going to work that in here because I'm not any relation to Warsaw, Indiana. But no, seriously, this whole space has really taken a shift over the past several years. I've been in it, as evidenced by the volume of gray here, for about 25 years now. And with Tillo for the past 2, we're a company that's identified this and are enabling this across a multitude of different platforms and ecosystems. And to your point, I would ask both of you, right, Chris and Colin, where and why and when did you buy a gift card last?
Man, for me, it's like always like, what am I going to get my mother? Oh gosh,
totally.
Let me think about,
totally.
That's always where gift cards.
Or my sister. I'll get her like a restaurant gift card.
Physical form, like at an HEB or at a Kroger.
A
Target.
Yeah.
That is so passe. That's what I would tell you. Like, that's the old school way. We are all digital all the time. We got to put this value, and this is an economy that really does exist and deserves to be understood and valued by everyone, and literally globally. When I say everyone, as you referenced, 4,000 brands, a ton of markets, a ton of different currencies. And it's all about these brands that are really trying to attract net new customers. I call it AARP, not the AARP you're thinking of. It's attract, acquire, retain, and promote, right? Like, how are these brands looking to utilize a channel for net new acquisition and growth of customer base? And digital gift is a huge channel for a lot of these brands. And we enable the access to these brands. There is volumes of value brands put forward to drive new customer acquisition. And this gift card channel, this ecosystem, it carries the name gift, but you said it earlier, it's self-use. People are recognizing the value unlock, the way you can stack and get more value by buying on your credit card, get a digital gift card, add a discount, and all of a sudden you're bringing, 8, 10, 12 points of value into your own household. And this is for grocery shop. This is for everyday spend.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing that I think the more we can have these types of conversations, make folks aware, the better the entire ecosystem is going to be.
I mean, you've been watching this space closely for a while. You've been in this space for a while now. Do you have any surprising changes that you've seen from how the consumers are using gift cards in e-commerce?
Yeah, it's interesting, Colin. I would tell you that a lot are now evolving their expectations of what it means to have a gift card, for themselves, and what they would expect from that journey, from that experience. That's the biggest, right? People are saying, like, no longer am I using this as a gift, and I don't really care what the redemption experience is like. I don't care if they do or don't go use it. It doesn't. I checked the box. I had to go buy a gift for my sister or for my mother. It's a done deal. Well, now people are saying, well, wait a minute, if I'm going to engage with this brand, interact with this brand, I expect the same type of experience I get from Amazon. I don't want to think about, redemption. I want to think about paying for it and redeeming for it like I would an Uber ride. And that's where the brands and partners like Tillo are coming forward and evolving the way by which these experiences are delivered and
Wow.
value is recognized. It's a huge shift.
Yeah. Bill, I find this interesting because, like you said, I'm old school. I'm just thinking about I go and I buy that for mom, and you get it there and everything. But this it falls into like a very interesting kind of a loyalty program ish kind of category in my mind, and I think it makes sense. Like, let's say I'm shopping at HEB or Poncho. I love Poncho shirts, another Austin brand. I know, hey, I'm going to be buying from there, and hey, I got this card, and I can, buy it here, and I'm going to get a deal now. And I think the thing that's interesting to me is that is like baking in loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm getting a deal now. I mean, talk to me talk to me about this, like in terms of like loyalty program ish and actually driving repeat purchases with your loyalty programs. I find this compelling.
Yeah, so a lot of the platforms that we are supporting today are driving just that. They want frequency, they want repeat purchase, they want shop, they increase wallet share, and gift cards enable a lot of that to become a reality. So if you're let's say a cashback customer and you're hooked on a cashback experience, well, instead of going to the Home Depot on the weekend and knowing that you're going to spend, let's just say, $5,000 on a project, you want to go through your platform and you want to go maybe get that Home Depot gift card, 5-8% off value, more spend immediately. Go buy $5,000 worth of gift, get your cash back, get your discount on that Home Depot gift card, and go recognize the value that very next day. So frequency of shop, repeat engagement with that cashback platform, and Home Depot is absolutely loving it, right? So they're all of a sudden attracting a new customer, and the data. Right? The data side of loyalty is a huge challenge and a huge, I would say, opportunity at the same time. So people are looking at all the ways by which people are spending day-to-day shop, whether they're looking for an aspirational holiday or whatever it might be. And gift is enabling a lot of that value creation and value delivery and value recognition for a lot of these folks that are engaging this. So loyalty is a big, big component here. And you think about large bank programs, again.
Yeah.
If you're going to get cash back on your credit card purchases, 2, 3, 4%, and you can go buy a gift card, whether it's a grocery gift card or a Poncho gift card or whatever that is, you just keep stacking that on top, and that value keeps getting created. So your loyalty value, that basket, right, keeps getting larger and larger. And oh, by the way, when you want to go burn that value, go burn against gift cards and increase the value of that, kind of coin, that currency, that loyalty.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy. I see your angle here, Bill. This makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you're like stacking value on value.
The beautiful thing, though, guys, and this is again where I think it's really important. You don't need to be a guru or a rocket scientist to go figure this out. Like the Points guy and like those guys are like creating these mechanisms and these whole schemes to kind of figure this out, right? We want to make this simple. So it's just a matter of, again, driving awareness, driving an understanding, and allowing people to kind of see the value of opportunities.
I mean, you talked a little bit about Home Depot specifically. Could you bring in kind of other brands that are on platform that have that incredible opportunity for gift cards that you've experienced personally, you guys have worked with and have a great relationship with?
Oh man, there are so many. I will tell you that of the 4,000 brands, and you can imagine the number of merchants that represents at a global scale, in each of the different regions that we operate: UK, Australia, US, Canada, Mexico, around the world. Each of the top merchants are 100% a part of our catalog. So it's not like we're just Amazon US, Amazon UK, Amazon Australia, right? We're going local, right? And we need to be important and relevant, right, to all of those local regions. So in the UK, you think about Costa Coffee, you think about ASOS, you think about hotels.com. In the US, you think about the Walmarts, the Nordstroms, the Targets, right? All those top brands are all right there. But what's really interesting is when you think about what are the small regional plays and how do you kind of create access and availability to those? And we've got some incredible partnerships that enable true local. We've got one partner that's basically hooked into a review network that you can all of a sudden create a gift card for Alberto's Taco Shop off South Congress. They got a Yelp review. Okay. You can get you a gift card for them, right? So when you think about local and value delivery and all of that, that's an absolute reality today in this whole space.
Fascinating. Okay, just thought experiment here, Bill.
All right.
Let's say I'm thinking about this from an acquisition side.
Totally.
Let's say I'm a heavily ecom focused brand. Maybe I'm doing 5 million a year, maybe I'm doing 100, maybe I'm doing 200, million a year. Mm-hmm. And how can I think about utilizing gift cards in a new way that's beyond kind of an old way of thinking? How can I have an acquisition focus? I ask this because I think the retention play makes a ton of sense. And what you've talked about, a lot of times, the brands in our community, people that come on the show, heavily focused on acquisition, and I don't think gift cards are necessarily a piece of that so much in our kind of current thing, at least not in mine. Any thoughts around that side?
Too many, and I know we're limited on time, and I don't want to geek out on you guys, but
we're good, Bill. We're ready to geek out.
I'll simplify it, but CAC is something that everyone kind of struggles with. You're going to go put it in digital. You're going to go put it in print. You're going to go put it in mass media. What's going to get? And these companies, right, especially growing companies and platforms, are investing significant sums of money. They're losing money with every single customer they acquire on the hope, whim, and a prayer that they're going to stick around. They're going to become a lifetime value, loyal customer, and we're going to make that all back, right? What I will tell you is these brands, like I talked about with data, these brands are all trying to acquire new customers, right? So by marrying what the brand strategy is in terms of new customer cohort that they're trying to acquire, whether it's regional, whether it's demographic, whether it's whatever it might be, we can marry up their acquisition target with our partners, and we can show them the immediate reach and access that we can give to them through a platform, and they'll bring dollars. They'll bring dollars forward above and beyond just the standard economy, kind of made available in gift. And all of a sudden, the proof point of, did I acquire a customer with this marketing dollar investment through this channel? And you show the gift card conversion, and then that the visit to the site, the visit to the retail brick and mortar stores is happening within weeks, if not days. That's a beautiful thing for the platform and for that brand. So I always talk to brands about this and saying, what is your top 5 target? What does it look like? Give me the demographic, give me the region, tell me what that looks like. And I'll go look at across all of my platforms, across all my regions, and I'll bring volumes of consumers that fit that exact demographic. We'll put dollars against it. We'll run it for a week. And it's incredible to see the results. So all of a sudden, a gift card supported by the right marketing investment, it's returning incredibly impressive ROI model numbers against mass media spend, digital ad spend, all the other structures. So again, that's where I think this huge acquisition opportunity exists for all parties, for the brands, and again for those platforms.
Wow,
yeah,
fascinating.
Good stuff.
I mean, kind of looking ahead, looking to the future, what do you think is kind of that next big shift in regards to digital gift cards when it comes to folks across e-commerce?
Yeah, I think the biggest unlock opportunity is everyone kind of really understanding and seeing this financial vehicle for what it really is. I think gift cards as a whole in this industry, starting all the way back in early 2000s, when this really all kind of started to take off in brick and mortar retail. It's physical plastic. It's not the best customer experience. Like, people are now digital wallet, right? How many times do you walk into a store and tap now with your watch? It's like almost every day, right? You're doing it. You're tapping it. Right? So we've brought all of that forward now into this economy, and now it's a matter of exposing folks to what it is, like the real unlock opportunities for themselves. In today's economy, we all know it. Like, people are trying to stretch the dollar, right? And this is an untapped ecosystem to do exactly that. Grocery shop, save 3 to 5% on your monthly or annual grocery shop. You know how impactful that would be for people, like everyday citizens. Yeah. So it's that type of thing where I think the more exposure, the more understanding, the more awareness. Listen, I'm here for a very specific reason, guys, and you're an amazing platform, and I can't thank you enough for allowing me time here. Like, this is it. We got to get the word out. People need to understand this opportunity, and I really do appreciate this chance. And I would tell you, within the next, 12, 18, 24 months, we're going to continue to see this rocket ship go, and it's a good hockey stick to be a part of.
I think so. I think so, Bill. And you make compelling points. I mean, we have covered it oftentimes on the show, and we were talking about it just before you got here. This piece, especially in our current kind of macroeconomic situation, K-shaped economy, et cetera, man, where people can find some value, that's worthwhile. And there's going to be dollars that flow in there. And so, especially if there's a new, way of unlocking that, be it on the acquisition side, be it on the retention side, if there's a new way for the consumer to unlock that, then there's bound to be dollars flowing in that direction.
Definitely.
I find this so interesting, Bill. Well, let's do this. Bill, tell us, those listening, man, they're saying this sounds interesting. I want to talk about this. Where do they find you? Where do they follow you? Where where can they learn more about doing this?
Yeah, so just
Tillo, et cetera.
Yeah, look us up, Tillo.com. Come hit us up. I would love to be able to connect with so many of your viewers. I think there's a lot of good that can be recognized here. I got a small little LinkedIn profile. We're all over the map in terms of the globe. So if you get picked up in the UK, Australia, and so on, same site, same API, same 4,000 brands. Come knocking. We'd love to have a conversation.
And now located U.S. headquarters in Austin, Texas, baby.
Let's go. On South Congress.
Hook 'em, baby.
On South Congress. Let's go.
Boy, I like that, Bill. I like that, Bill. Gosh, now I want to start talking Austin, Texas, and Texas Longhorns history, but I shall not. I shall wait until we meet and hang out in person, Bill. Brother, we appreciate you making the time to join us. Everybody go to Tillo.com, talk with Bill and his team, and we look forward to having you back and talking again. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Bill, man. Nowhere of ball. Nowhere of ball.
And right in your backyard.
Yeah, right in my backyard here. I would say, man, thinking about gift cards in a way I have not, for sure.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, that was pretty wild, the kind of the journey he took you through there. And most people, I would say, do not think about it that way. And it's totally a different frame to look at it through, which is super fascinating. And he had some Terry Blacks last night. Always good.
Yeah, the beef rib. It's that dinosaur, man. It's that dinosaur bone. Golly, it's so good.
You're asleep for like 9 hours.
I think it's their best offering. Their best offering. And this is interesting to me about people buying gift cards for themselves, and that's baked in loyalty. And there's an acquisition piece for getting people in the door for the first time.
Retention.
Yeah, obviously retention. If I'm buying for myself, like you've retained me. You know, I bought with my Chase card. I saved a couple points there. I bought with the gift card, and then I bought the gift card with my Chase card. I'm saving some points there. Now I'm baked in like I am going to use the thing for you. I have paid you for this thing. That's interesting to think about that from a kind of a loyalty perspective, retention perspective, acquisition perspective. Very interesting. I mean, they're working with like the biggest people in the world, man. Uber, Adidas, Apple.
Especially when he baked out like kind of like that home project for Home Depot, that $5,000 home project.
Yeah.
Those basis points start to be considerable dollars as you start to get towards those like, hey, this is a home project type of deal.
Yeah. Very significant. Very significant. Yeah. Well, good on Bill for joining us, CRO of Tillo.com. Moving forward, a couple of watch and reacts as we get closer to our end of show here. Before we talk about product of the century, perhaps. I'm long on this new product. I am.
I'm excited.
I'm long on this new product. As we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the one and only Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean? It means your emails, your banners, your reviews, your pop-ups, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to cede your trust to big email and its over attributed data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is your email data. That's why Seguno's email 3.0. It's why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you, built for lean teams with big aspirations. Go and get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook, the URL scrolling across the screen. Test drive Seguno, the platform, for free. You tell them Colin I sent you. They'll extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. Now, perhaps product of the century. I have to say, I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous of this thing that I was not part of its being birthed and born and brought to the world. And I do have to say, I am a subscriber right now. I saw it this morning. I bought it this morning.
Gosh.
Introducing Smile Plus. Here, this coming from Dr. Ben Braddock. Interesting product like Zen, but contains hydroxy something mineral that rebuilds enamel instead of nicotine. Okay, and producer Jack, I'd love you to go to the website. Okay, getsmileplus.com. Okay, look at this website. Okay, scroll down for us. Scroll down. Okay, look at all of this juice here, all of this juicy marketing copy. Okay, they got several flavors right here. What we're looking at, what is this? Oh. Yeah,
the bundles.
I feel like I'm only seeing one bundle though. When I bought earlier, there was a ton. There's a ton of flavors when I bought earlier. What I'm seeing here is only one flavor.
Which flavor did you get?
I got the variety. I got the variety flavor. Nice. Maybe they sold out. Maybe they sold out.
Way.
Remember the flavors.
Go up, Jack. Go all the way to the top. And
you know what I did? I bought the energy one. I bought the energy plus the enamel defense. Like I got the thing plus the energy. You got to go to the energy one, Jack. Scroll up to the top of the screen. So this is just like the enamel product here. Which, hey, very cool. Okay.
And then
go to the top, shop energy. Okay. Click the shop energy. All right. Now on the shop energy, limited time, save up to 46% now. This is the one that I got. Okay. I did the 10/10s and I got the variety pack of energy here. And nicotine free, you're getting caffeine, you're building up your enamel on your teeth, pH balance, zero sugar. I mean, it's like I'm making my and I'm getting energy and it's in pouch form.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is an exit and a half waiting to happen.
An exit and a half. Okay. And the flavors here, bubblegum mint ice, apple mint, lime ice, and watermelon mint. Come on.
Unbelievable. I love it. So you already ordered this?
I already ordered it. I ordered it this morning. As soon as I saw it, I ordered it.
Good. You got to let me know. I'll actually grab one of these.
Here's the one thing I just want to bring up. I'm just putting this out there. I have not tried it yet. I want to have whoever made this thing, I want to have them on the show because I think this is bag and a half. This is exit and a half written all over it. Written all over it. Made in USA. No sugar, no nicotine. would it be possible to make a nicotine version? I say that. I just say
Oh
it
my
because
gosh.
there are nicotine enjoyers out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Maybe some
Can you
fours.
can you get, like the smile enamel thing with the nicotine? I'm just asking the question. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know.
That's awesome.
I don't know, but one can wonder,
Yeah.
fair?
That's fair. Maybe like some low dose, some 3s or 4s on top of all of it. I get it. I think that's right.
The
I think that's right.
the energy is good. Okay. I'm just saying, like, nicotine users, they'll still want the buzz. They'll still want
Totally.
a little bit of that burn, that sweet burn.
I totally agree.
Smile Plus. I already ordered. I am
Let's
an
go.
orderer. I am a subscriber, and I do not subscribe to very many things, but I am a subscriber. You bullish on this? 10 out of 10. What's your
Totally
rating?
bullish. 10.
I'd give it a potential 10.
Actually, a 7. I'm gonna do a 7. Nobody gets a 10.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm scoring it, not having tried it. I'm scoring it a 9 out of 10. And I say that because this has got exit and half written all over it.
Totally agree.
Pouches. We've already had Ultra on here. We've had Set on here. Like, pouches and communicating benefits via pouches in a unique way. Bullish up and
Let's
to the
go.
right forever.
Let's go.
Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, for our next watch and react, let us talk about the one and only Universal Ads. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it's time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. You get access to both premium streaming and linear inventory in the same place. Okay. And you're reaching net new people outside of the crowded social feeds. We're all spending our ad dollars today. No hidden markups or fees, which is a big problem in the CTV world. 100% of your spend is going to the actual media and campaign setup and management. So just like search and social, be up and running in minutes. It's TV that delivers and is designed for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use the code UA Cowboy. Get $1,500 in matched ad credits. Get rolling with them today. TV is back. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of this show. Now, question. Colin Doherty, I think you have something to say about this. Is remote work white-collar fraud? That's the question.
Crazy.
That's the question. Is remote work white-collar fraud? This comes to us by way of Harry Stebbings, I believe, here.
Yeah.
Why remote work is white-collar fraud. Founder and CEO of Flexport, tariff whisperer. Obviously a big player in our space. He says, I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. The idea that I could do any work at my house is like a total fantasy. I think we should listen to him and to the whole clip. Sound on, producer Jack, and then we shall respond after.
I say it's white collar fraud. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. The idea that I could do any work at my house is like a total fantasy. Like, come on, you're kidding. And like, I have a bigger house than most employees do. Like, I actually do have a private office I can close the door on. That doesn't matter. Like, there's no work.
Terrible thing to say right there too.
The children are around, and the kids come home like when the school ends 3 p.m. Like, your workday needs to keep going. So I think I'm highly against it. I say it's white collar fraud.
Okay,
I have
all
a
right.
3-year-old and a 5-year-old.
You can cut it here, producer Jack. I'll just let you respond. Is remote work white collar fraud?
There's a crazy comment that I saw that I think sums this up entirely, which is basically like, this system doesn't work for me individually as a person, therefore it is fraud. That's basically what he is saying here, which I think is unbelievable and super naive. There have been multiple $1 million, tens of millions of dollar, massive businesses, billion-dollar businesses that have been built fully remote. We want to talk about, we covered Medvi on the show. That was basically one guy in his room, just cracked out off of a ton of caffeine, building all of the best telehealth in the world, and he's doing crazy revenue. So this idea that like, I need to be inside of a massive office to do deals and handshakes, and we have to look big as a company, is so outdated. It's so unbelievable. Yeah, Jack, bring up the comments because these comments are just, I mean, they're eviscerating him, rightfully so. Let's see. Skill issue.
He says skill issue.
Yeah.
Ashley says, I honestly can't believe people are still talking about this.
Yeah.
LMFAO.
Here we go.
Yeah, here's the it doesn't work for my situation, so it's fraud, basically.
Yeah, it's crazy. He said, try this new technology called Doors. Like, just because you haven't figured out this excuse for you to make it work doesn't mean it's like a fraud thing. It's so insane to me that like this is actually what is being talked about, and like that is your rationale. I am just like floored by this.
Okay, well, let me just give a little counterbalance here. Okay,
Totally.
He does have a point. He does have a point. Is he using hyperbole? Yes, he's using hyperbole, and hyperbole is very useful for making a statement that has a significant amount of truth to it, memorable, sticky. And he does have a point in that a lot of people in tech, a lot of our world, when COVID hit, everybody's working from home, etc. There's all these stories about people having 3 to 5 jobs. Totally. They're making $500K a year and all this. And is all of those positions that one person could be holding, was they getting a fair shake? Maybe not. There is a significant amount of the society that they need to be present. They need to be present. They need to be watched. They need to be not beaten, but highly encouraged. They need to be they need to be eagle eye. Are you getting everything done? I mean, it does help. It does help. And I can say I've lived in both worlds. I probably prefer to be in person. This is like a personal preference. Crazy. But I probably prefer to be in person. Like if you live down the street, it probably would be okay for me. Producer Jack lived down the street, probably okay for me. Like I think I would actually like it better. Would I be more productive? Maybe not.
No shot. I've worked in person.
Like it better.
Dude, I've worked in person. You cannot get into a deep work rhythm because someone is either tapping on your desk or they're knocking on your door trying to bring up XYZ thing, and you can never really like get locked in. And so then you end up basically just going into a pod, a soundproof pod that is like a one-person soundproof pod with a sign on the door, a lock and a sign on the door that says, don't talk to me. And so then what's the difference? I'd rather be in my own office in my house, go eat some snacks, than like be hovering around and commute 45 minutes back and forth. I have a friend, one of my best friends. He commutes an hour and a half to, and then an hour, 45 minutes from DC every single day. From Baltimore.
It's rough. It's rough.
Dude, he's frayed by the end of the week.
Yeah.
You commuting 3 hours every single day to go into DC through DC traffic? No shot.
It's rough.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I mean, there's a lot of things to say about this. If housing was more affordable, maybe you live closer, all the stuff.
Totally.
Or you get paid a little more, maybe you live closer, or different position, maybe make a little less, work from the house. There's like a lot of pieces of this.
So much.
I maybe it just comes down to personal preference. I think if I'm getting watched, if I've got boss man standing over my shoulder, I'm probably a little bit more inclined to work hard, work harder. I work all the time anyway, especially when it's on something I like. I work all the time anyway, but I think there's something to it. I think there's something to it. And when you have kids too, it is a real factor. You know,
Yeah,
you can close the door. You can close the door,
totally.
but
Totally.
you need a little help to encourage baby to not come to the door.
I think what you hit is there's preferences to this. It's individual, and to blanket this with like a one size fits all that the whole thing is fraud is just so crazy of a statement in 2026.
I think an incredibly well done job by him because all of these all these things he's selling. He's getting CPMs. Flexport, people that want to work at Flexport, they get to see like what kind of culture, like there's going to be people, I want to be in person. Like I'm about this, if that's who he's looking to attract, he's done a very winsome and helpful job at that. If, maybe if somebody, I don't think they are, but if somebody was trying to get investment, and they saw founders saying, it's white collar fraud, baby, we're in person, we make this thing happen. They might say, I want to give that guy my dollars.
Yeah.
I think good job by him.
I agree.
Moving forward to closing time, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Postscript. Focus is an amazing thing, is it not? When you focus, you get outsized results, and there's a reason when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they're working with to Postscript. They see an average plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform inside of a year. And the secret is I just did what they said. What they are saying now is that when your customers text you back, you're leaving money on the table. Go get the conversation report, directconsumer.co/the conversation report. Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-to-one conversations at scale, brand voice appropriate, brand knowledge appropriate with your customers. Ask Shopper has got new capabilities, and they got a lot more they're shipping over the summer. Go talk with Postscript. Tell them Kyle and I sent you. Many thanks for Postscript being part of this show. Closing time here. Slash. We have friends over at Slash. We know
friends of
we know
Slash.
We know the folks over at Slash. Apparently, somebody at Slash was forced to roll back its AI coding because there was an employee that spent $80,000 in tokens in the first week. That's a lot of tokens, man. That's a lot of tokens. If there's truth to this, there's a lot of tokens in 1 week.
I just imagine some guy just like in a corner, just vibed out of his mind off of 4 Red Bulls, being like, I gotta iterate. Let's keep moving. Claude, let's rock and roll. Maybe he's got like 5 different LLMs pulled up at the same time. It's like Claude, Gemini, OpenAI. He's got all of them just rocking and rolling. He's somehow got Mythos in his back pocket. He's rolling with that too.
I don't even know how you spend that much in
God.
Like how do you spend that many tokens in a week?
Probably like 17-hour runs, maybe, or like you're really just ripping it 18 hours a day somehow.
I don't know.
Maybe how much
it's rough.
And maybe it's how much data you're also ingesting too at that point. So maybe it's a context thing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Could be a context deal. I mean, $80,000 worth of context in 1 week is that's a lot of context.
It reminds me of that meme where it's like, Claude, build me the perfect $1 billion business. Make no mistakes.
It's
just the guy and he's jacked.
It's swole Chad.
And it's like, click.
Make no mistakes. Build me 1 billion in MRR.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate this. Still, I think this is a great move for them. I like this because the employee's still going for it. I'd rather have
he's going for it
than like some guy who's like, yeah, like I'm afraid to kind of move forward with this. But this guy's like, yo, I'm gonna rip this thing. I'm gonna build the next Thanos, and I'm gonna have it done by this week.
He's definitely swinging for defenses. That
Yeah.
is significant tokenage.
I love
it. Second story for closing time here. Did you know that you can run a Blender subscription service?
Dude, crazy find by me.
Did you find this one?
I did. Crazy find.
Great find by you. Power Blend Pro 1200, $120. And if you subscribe, It's only $110 every 2 weeks. We'll give you
Dude.
some more blenders every 2 weeks.
Dude, these are sizable guys too. These are sizable blenders. I just imagine someone's grandma that's subscribed and saved and has 15 blenders in her house in every single room. And she's like, I don't know. They keep showing up. I don't know what to do with them. So she's just giving them out to people. She's like giving them out to kids. Like, this is a nightmare. When I say subscription company in 2026, don't do this. This is not the path. This is not the path.
Yeah, maybe that juicer supplement thing. You buy the big boy and then that one. I like that one. I like that as long as it tastes good. Last of closing time here, the Nori Robot L2 apparently available now. Orders are open. Play this for us, producer Jack. We don't need just so the good people can see it. We can turn the volume down. Look at this buddy. Okay. Available now for the price of an iPhone. Look at him. I mean, Jetsons-esque. The Nori L2. What I will say is I don't know what he does. Okay. I like that he's available for the price of an iPhone. I think we've got some more. Look at him. Look at him moving around. Cute little buddy.
Cute little buddy.
I don't know what he's doing. Moving pillows. Yeah. I'm not sure what he does. I'm not sure what he does. Maybe he doesn't have to do too much if it's only the price of an iPhone.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, hey, if he's just my companion and we get to jam out a little bit, I like it.
I went to the website. I didn't find that much at the website either. It's just like a cute little buddy, you know.
Maybe that's sometimes what people need, dude. We don't need utility anymore. We just need a little vibes guy.
We need a buddy.
Yeah.
Nori Robotics, their purpose making robotics affordable. Next generation, join the wait list. Be first in line. On sale soon. About the cost of an iPhone.
Just a little vibes guy.
Worthwhile to check out before our moment of Zen. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Proxima AI. Have we talked about Proxima AI yet? I don't believe that we have. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it. Most brands, marketers, brief from instinct. What ads have performed best? Let's change a little bit. Hand that off to the creative team. Problem is an effort. It's that you're not getting signal from your buyer data. Proxima changes this. Read your conversions across real shoppers, across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. Shows you exactly who's buying, okay, what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You should wire up Meta, wire up Shopify. Proxima starts mapping every conversion back to a real buyer segment inside their commerce graph. Suddenly the gaps become visible. Your premium buyers, what do they respond to? What else are they interested in? And what creative are you missing in your account? You don't brief from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs based in your buyer data directed to you, given to you. First 3 briefs free every month. Stop the slop. Go to Proxima AI, Proxima.ai. Get rolling with them. Connect your Meta, connect your Shopify. Get a feed of creative briefs to make your ads from. Many thanks for Proxima being part of this show. Lastly, here before we close out today's episode, a little moment of Zen. Perhaps the most awesome business we've ever seen, shared with us via Bill D'Alessandro. And details on this business. It is a robot dog flamethrower manufacturer business, apparently relocatable. Asking price $2.2 million, cash flow $542,000. Gross revenue $836,000. Sells robot flamethrower dogs and ships right to your door.
Yes, absolute bars. I want it. Also, this reminds me of the line from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he's trying out the flamethrower and he's like, "Can we do anything about that heat?" And the guy's like, "It's a flamethrower." He's like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's hot."
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's hot.
That's
Any
awesome.
words of wisdom for our audience, Colin Doherty? Give you the last word as we close out today's show.
Honestly, I want to buy one of these for my personal safety at my house.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna mess with you if you have a flamethrower robot dog hanging out. So
It'd be quite scary.
quite scary.
Yeah, quite
Yeah,
scary.
grab one of these.
I'm not sure what the use case is for this thing, but
Everything.
Yeah, protection, to say the least. Many thanks to Jad Kiwan, co-founder of Ecomswap, for joining us today. Many thanks to Yahli, founder of Wayve Wear, and Bill Warshauer, CRO at Tillo. Many thanks to Northbeam, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftersell, App 11 Ads, Proxima, Universal Ads, Rich Panel, Intelligence for making this show possible. Thanks for joining us. We got a jam-packed week, another great one tomorrow, and we will see you on the other side.